And that's what this whole thing's about. Is stepping up.
Boss.
So if you have this job, right, guys, this is how he looks at it. And I look at it the same way, right? You got this job that flies you into Vegas or whatever every once a month to call a fight. They pay you a shitload of money. He gets residuals from 2 shows, guys.
Yeah.
Remember, he was on 2 syndicated shows. Hits. Why would you want to drive to Warner Brothers and put up with that?
Yeah.
Why? You know how hard it is to be The Rock?
It's fucking.
You know how hard it is to be The Rock? See, people in Kansas, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's going to wake up one day and go, first of all, how many needles can I stick in my blood? How many needles can I stick in my neck before my kidney blows up? Because that's how the public needs to see you all the time. He went on some show a month ago and said he eats 20 pounds of fish a day. That's all great and dandy, okay? But you got to stick needles in your body to be that fucking big.
Hey, me and you going to some sushi spots. We got him on that one.
Yeah, we got him on that. So, you know how hard it is? You have to train. Right now, Joe Rogan has a family.
He
doesn't want to come down there. Why would you want to?
He is such a genius.
I was telling somebody the other day, what do I want? What do I want? Do I want the Joey Diaz show? Not in 20 million years. I'm 52. I did blow for 30 fucking years. I'm surprised I didn't fall in the mouth with so much bad pussy I ate, like the Kardashian black guy.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Lamar Odom. Let me tell you.
I would foam at the mouth.
Those bitches are the fucking kiss of death.
For 20 years, I'm overweight. You gotta look at your fucking weight. You gotta look at your life and go, how long am I gonna fucking last? So do I really want to drive to Paramount every day and put up with this faux pas producer and director on their creative thoughts for a show for 5 more fucking years and my glory to stick away from my kids? The kids are fine. He's fine. The UFC pays him great money. He goes on the road
when he wants to
with the UFC. So it's all in-house. So people make me laugh when I go to these clubs. They're like, so what's it going to take for Joe Rogan to come to my club? I want to say, listen.
Act of God.
He comes in for one fucking night. He doesn't want. You know, I remember in '98 being at the Laugh Factory one night, and I tell this story constantly. As whether people like him or dislike him, or he's not funny or funny. Dane Cook one night walked out of the Laugh Factory in '99, and he came over and said hello to me. And I looked at him and I go, "How was the last stop last week?" He goes, "That's a fucking great club, man."
Yeah, that was 92.
He goes, "But no."
No, I mean 2000, 2001.
He goes,
"It's 2000."
But the only problem is, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Wednesday through Sunday, and I looked at him, and I didn't think about what he was saying, but I got it.
Dude, and that guy had a ton of money, and we had $2 to our name, and we would have loved it, but no. He goes, I just want to play bigger places.
That's it.
It's just one show.
That's it. One show. He put that out there. He put a plan together.
He changed comedy with that move.
And I saw it happening. I remember saying, who started it?
Dane is the one who started it. You know, everybody before, from Mitch Hedberg, everybody, Wednesday through Sunday, maybe stay until Tuesday if the drugs are good. Every fucking body, everybody, Dougie Stanhope, everybody did it. Fucking Dane Cook was the first one that broke the fucking model. The clubs had the control the whole time because there wasn't after comedy died after the 80s and the 90s were fucking dead. There were no headliners that were selling tickets. Okay, so when comedy started to come back up, the clubs, there was less clubs, and so these comics, so they could fucking keep the money down. But now the dumb fucks, they got greedy. Like they always do when they fucking start making money. They start putting all these comedy clubs everywhere, and then they go, oh, I got no fucking headliners. And then that's when we got the power, and it was fucking Dane Cook that showed the way. You can say, go fuck your Wednesday and eat a dick on Sunday. No, you know what? I'll come in Thursday for Friday morning radio, and that's it. That's it. And I'm back at home in LA early
put the
Sunday.
Thing together.
He put it together.
Brother.
He's so. Somebody.
What do you think you're dealing with, Lisa? You bad motherfucker, you.
Jesus Christ.
Huh?
These chocolates are good.
Fuck yeah, they're good. Who do you think you're dealing with?
Man.
And let me tell you why the only reason I went to church was the other day.
Why?
Because it was the 36th anniversary of the night. That morning was the 36th anniversary of the day I got home. Stephen Villas called the show. My friend Stephen Villas, a couple times. And then he had a party one night. He had a party in August that year, and he had older brothers. This kid Stephen Villas, you never met him, Ralphie.
No.
Great kid. He's got a cover band called the Past Masters, and they had a shed. And when we were growing up, his brothers were part of this crew, and they fucking had parties. Not big drug parties. They weren't drug parties. They were about music, and they did crazy things. Like they would eat glass, fucking, like eat a mouse's head off and shit like that. So one day, this is way before ours. This is 1979, my friend. So summer of 79, I went over there one day for a party, and the only young kids that were invited to the party were me, Avillo, and this kid Conti. And at this party, they took a garbage can and they filled it up with everything they had. They put Hawaiian punch in it, and they took bees. Remember, he called and told the story that the brothers took bees.
I try not to think about eating bees.
Put them in the fucking thing. So, and with ice. And this stuff had like 151 rum.
Oh my God.
It tasted terrible.
Dude.
So fucking, to scoop it out, you had to do this. It was in a garbage can, and it had chunks of fruit in it. And I'm back there smoking pot. The next thing you know, I'm getting woken up in Sisulo's front yard. Anthony Sisulo, he's in Dallas, Texas. And I'm getting woken up by Ray Ernesto. Ray Ernesto was a cop from the neighborhood that would come down to play basketball with me on Sundays, but he always wore colored socks, and it drove me crazy. And at the end of the fight, at the end of the basketball game, that was the argument. Ray, you got to go home with your colored socks. How about I punch you in the mouth? Fuck you, Ray. You ain't going to punch me in the mouth. You're fucking 40. I'm fucking 10. Go fuck yourself, Ray. But Ray was a cool motherfucker. Ray picked me up, and he goes, Coco, what happened? I don't know. I blacked out. I got fucked up. Because come on, I'll drive you home. And he knocked on the door. My mom answered. And she's like, what's going on? I go, Ma, I got fucked up. I fell asleep on Sisulo's thing. She goes, go fucking sleep it off, you idiot. She yelled at me. This was like the end of August. This is the first time.
That's when parents were fucking parents and police were goddamn police. And
right?
police didn't have to be fucking parents too,
he was
man.
from the neighborhood.
Right.
I'll never forget that I was fucking hungover. This is the first time ever that I was hungover. So I got in like at 5:30. It was starting. The light was starting to come out. 5:30. A sophomore in high. I'm going to be a sophomore. This is like 2 weeks before they put me in the hospital for a lung infection. I'm fucked up. I'm not doing drugs though, guys. I didn't do drugs. I was smoking pot then, and I was high. I wasn't a big drinker, but I drank a little much. And I'll never forget that. My mom could drink early, dog, and it was a Sunday morning. So I got home like at 5. I passed out. About 10 o'clock in the morning, I could hear like ice cubes and shit. That's what I woke up to. I could hear Cuban music, and I heard her come up the stairs. She goes, oh, yeah, what? That means wake up. I made breakfast or lunch, and she had like a glass. In those days, towards the end, she used to drink a Bloody Mary with a Heineken in it. Shit, right? Who the fuck makes a Bloody Mary with a Heineken in it?
Walking around your house?
And she was such a spick. Like, she was such a spick. She wouldn't even cut the celery. She'd just fucking break it and put it in a drink and eat it while she was talking to me. And, but you have to appreciate this. And you can't write this. You can't write this. You know you're supposed to cut the lettuce off the celery?
Yeah.
She was such a spick. She just ate it, right? She just ate it.
Fuck it.
She would dip it. She loved tomato juice, that V8.
Oh, fuck
That's
yeah.
what she lived off
I
of.
still love that, dude. I drink that like twice a week, 3
So
times
she
a week.
wouldn't put Tabasco in her Bloody Mary. She
Oh,
put Frank's red sauce.
Oh, not me.
So anyway, she looks at me, dog. I got a headache that's pounding. And she goes, oye, te cociné algo. I cook for you. And then she goes, she looked at me for like 5 minutes. She took a piece of her celery and she goes, now you know what I feel like in the morning. And she fucking walked out, dog. And that was like a prolific thing in my world. Like, I never thought about it again. Okay, so it's August of fucking...
You got the best story.
It's August of fucking whatever. But she said it very pate patois. Like, now you know what I'm feeling in the morning, okay? This is how you want to live your life? And she just walked out of the room. Okay.
Stone cold,
So,
Jack. That's for real.
Now, this is the end of August. Now it's September, October, November.
I love you, bro.
I get invited to a Halloween party. It's a Saturday night. Fucking crazy. Oh,
Was you finger banging chicks yet?
3 days before this fucking party, a girl pulls me aside. That's beautiful. She goes, hey, what do you think of this girl? I go, why do you ask? She goes, she wants to get together with you. You want her number? I go, sure. But she had just broken up with a kid. And even in 1979, I went up to the kid like a man. And the kid was a tough kid. And I went up to him and I said, can I talk to you for a second? And he already knew. I go, I know you're not with her anymore. Do you mind? And he goes, you know what? I like you. But I do mind. I'm still in love with her. Just give it some air. Okay, fuck you. I just, but that's how deep I was in 79, guys. At 15, I already knew there's boundaries. You got to be a man.
You got to be respectful.
And that Halloween night, we all dressed up like ghosts. And we took a hit of acid and went to the Gamio's garage. And it was tremendous. It was tremendous. And at 11 o'clock, I went to fucking meet her. And some girl came and said, she's not coming. You have to go get her. And I was like, what? And the girl was hot. And on the way walk, in fact, Timmy Holloway is her cousin. He's listening to this podcast. Robin Thompson, it was me and her. Robin Thompson started walking. Her boyfriend, Glenn Zemnick, who was a man already. Me and Robin were 15. Her boyfriend was a man. That's how hot this bitch was. He was a fucking man. This bitch didn't even date high school kids. He got out of the car and thought we were leaving together and started yelling at her, but I stuck up for her. And, he was like, I'll deal with you some other time. And he... was very nice to me that night. All of this shit went down. I forgot the whole thing. I forgot to call home. That was the rule of the house. You got to fucking call home. So Saturday night was this night. It was a Halloween party. But it was in those days, in that year, if you look at 1979 map, Halloween was on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys at trick or treat. No, Halloween was like on a Wednesday. But the party was Saturday.
Yeah.
So it was like maybe, or Halloween was like Monday, and this party was on a Saturday. So it was like October 28th.
You like trick or treat like 3 times.
So what happened was I stayed there, and all of a sudden I realized it's 3 a.m. And I call home, and my mom answers. She goes, "What the fuck?" And I go, "Listen, I'm up here, but there's no buses."
It was a Wednesday.
It was a trick, but that. But what was the date on the fucking Saturday night, Lee?
The 3rd.
No, the Saturday before that.
27th.
The 27th, because she died on the 8th, Lee. So she died Wednesday after that, not after the Halloween, 10 days after the Halloween. So it was a week and a half. She died a week and a half later. So she gave me the speech on a Sunday night, and she died November 8th. So look at it. You follow me? You see how the cop.
Wow.
So that Sunday, she goes, I'm on the couch. What are you going to do? And I go, I don't know. She goes, we'll take a taxi home. I go, I'm not going to take a taxi home. I got other buddies with me. We're all going to walk home together. And I had done the acid and stuff. And the acid was coming down, getting like the little jingles and shit. So something happened. Somebody took a ride downtown. But by this time, we were talking. It's 5 a.m. I'm not going to call her back. She was already sleeping. And I'll never forget that my friends dropped me off. I had a ghost costume on. And I walked up the fucking stairs, and as I was putting the fucking key in the door, dog, she opened it, grabbed me with one fucking hand, and just smacked me across the face. She hadn't smacked me in 5 years before that. I was a big boy, and that just wasn't her MO, to hit me. She would say, I'm gonna fucking kill you. 2 years before that, she did light me on fire with a bounty roll. She told me on a Carmine Balzano's backyard. So, but she was pissed. She was pissed. And she slammed the door and she goes, let me tell you something. She goes, someday you're going to be fucking married and you're going to have a fucking wife. And you better fucking call her every hour on the hour. That's the deal in this house. You can stay out all fucking night. I don't give a fuck what you do, drinking with your stupid buddies. She went off. But she goes... all I want, and I'm standing there going, you just smacked me in the fucking face hard. Like, it was a hard smack to the face. Like, it was still stinging. And she's like, You fucking idiot. You know, what the fuck is wrong with you staying out there 7 in the morning? Get upstairs to your room. I don't even want to look at you. And I was pissed. I'm like, I might even move out. Like, that's it. I might even move the fuck out of this bitch.
Fuck this place.
Fuck this place. Fuck you. No wonder your husband left you and the other one died. Fuck you. So
Wow. Holy shit,
yeah,
that was fucking real as it gets.
That's real. My
Man.
father died at 37,
Dude.
and then one who was a killer left her because he hit him in the head with a fucking saint, a fucking Catholic saint or something.
Which one? Guadalupe, Maria?
No, Santa Barbara, the man with the sword. He flicked a cigarette and she fucking waited for him to fall asleep, and she broke it over his head. Nobody could deal with that. He didn't even know what to do. He was lost. He was in a deep sleep. So that night I went to bed thinking,
Was that after she got home from closing the bar?
Yeah, they came home together and they were talking and they were sitting like this. He was sitting on a chair and something happened where she wanted a cigarette and he took it and instead of handing it to her, we were old school Cubans, bro.
Right.
You don't throw nothing in that house.
No, that's rude. That's fucking rude.
He threw it at him.
I don't give a fuck. What if somebody flicked a cigarette? Can I have a cigarette? Like if I'm thirsty,
it wasn't
hey,
even lit.
Can I have a sip of your water?
Sure, it wasn't
you
even
fucking
lit.
threw it in me. It's the same fucking thing. It's rude.
It wasn't even lit.
It's fucking rude.
But my mom's demented, drunk head.
It
was a disrespect thing, so she waited for him to go to bed. She hit him in the head, and he fucking left the next day. But so I'm walking up the stairs thinking. I'm walking up the stairs. Oh yeah. I'm walking up the stairs thinking, you know what? I ain't tolerating this shit no more. You know, I'm 15 and a half. I get a job. I can live with the Balzanos. That was my plan. I don't need this shit. People hit me and shit.
I met one of the Balzanos when I was working at Hasbrook Heights one time.
Yeah, Pete. Yeah. Political Pete. So the next morning she woke me up again and she's like, hey, I cooked something. And she goes, but let me tell you something. She goes, get up. And she got up. I was like, oh, fuck. And she goes, first off, I'm sorry for putting my hand on you. You're too old for me to be hitting you. But number two, she goes, I just want you to understand something. All I want out of this deal is for you to grow up and be a man. That's it. I don't give a fuck how you do it. I want you to grow up to be a man, okay? When you tell somebody you're going to call them, you call them. And she kissed me in the cheek and she walked out. And I didn't think much of it. I just sat there and I was like, you know what, whatever. A man, what the fuck is it? I am a fucking man. I was just sucking titties behind the high school lesson. I'm a man. I'm a fucking man. I worked last summer. I made $75 a day, in my head. And the morning, whatever. So 10 days later, when I found her dead on the floor, the first thought was like, she's never going to find that I got left back. But the second thought was, this is what she was saying. She gave me a heads up. That's all she wanted out of this, for me to be a man. Whatever I knew in her world what that meant. But I just wanted to celebrate that. I know that she liked churches.
Yeah.
My mom loved going to fucking preach. There was a church down the block from St. Patrick's Cathedral. This is in the 70s and 60s. And every year on February 26th, my mom would give the guy $100 and bring him a bottle of Chivas and whatever, flowers, and they would set the casket up like a faith casket. And my mom would do a fucking thing for my dad. And she used to say, I love fuck. We used to go to churches just to fucking look at churches. Even though she was demented, she would go to churches. Then in the fifth grade, I was 10. That's 1973. In that year, something happened. The New York Mets went to the playoffs, the NLCS playoffs against, look it up, Lisa, against the Cincinnati.
What am I looking at?
Look up the New York Mets against the Cincinnati Reds, 1973.
Oh, poor Mets.
This is how
the Royals whipped the shit out of them. They beat them with 17 spicks, and they did it right there. And fucking, who's that black guy? Spike Lee took his hat back off. Okay, Jerry Seinfeld was boo-hooing back to his $1 billion. Okay,
all right. So what
and the
does
little
it say?
team from nowhere, fucking no money Royals. I'm so proud of them. God bless.
It's an American dream. It really is. It's a fucking American dream.
Good for them.
Whipped them to death.
At their house.
What year was it? 73.
1973. New York Mets and the Cincinnati Reds.
Tremendous.
October 6th to 10th. And New York won the series 3-2. But they lost to the A's.
Right, Pete Rose beat the fuck out of Bud Harrelson at second base. It was tremendous.
when he was
that year,
sliding in.
But that year, my mom, when I made my first communion, you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Catholic belief. So with Lee, did you? So you went to Jewish instruction when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Sort of, kind of. What days? It's Saturdays.
No, it was Wednesdays a lot. Wednesdays and Sundays sometimes.
Hey, did you have the little things? Oh, thank God. That would have been
Lee, you should let them grow now. You should eat some pot cookies and say fuck it. Just fuck with people's heads. Lee, if you did that, you know what, Lee?
I have no idea how to grow those.
Yes, you do.
How do you grow those? You just let it.
Yeah, just let it fucking.
What am I supposed to do pre?
Who gives a fuck?
I'm really like an asshole.
So it'd be mutton chops.
Listen,
everybody think you're a hipster faggot. It'd be great.
You're not a model no more. What do you give a fuck what they think? You got a girlfriend?
Get you some mutton chops.
Get a little hat and get a mutton chop.
Clear
get you some extra dough from a
so
sponsor.
You can eat pussy and it doesn't chap
we'll get you some Jew wax. You get some money on a sponsor.
Oh yeah, man.
Louise Jew wax.
Yeah. And get you one of them mustaches too. It makes you look like one of them fucking evil villains. Like you got a bitch tied up on a train track. That's what you need, Lee. That would be the look. Fuck yeah! Come on, Lee. You gotta do that. Come on, you got that stash.
There's no way that's my look.
Dude, that's your look. That's your look. And then shave your head and you'll be a circus strongman. Okay, that's what you'll be. You'll be sideshow strongman. You'll be.
So,
I'm sorry, it's just cracking me up.
My fucking mom.
That hash was fantastic.
I used to go to this fucking Sacred Heart School for Boys, and how they did. What they did was, you had to line up 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade. So to go to church, there was this bell, and you had to ring the bell. So Sister Anna would go, all right, 8th grade, and she'd ring the bell, and you go in. Well, my mom used to eyeball that bell because it was made from copper and it had a wooden head. And the Cuban big saint in Cuba, which is October 6th, like I let it go with it. You're supposed to have a copper bell, and if you want money, you have to ring that bell. So my mom one day on the way home, she's like, just get close to me. My mom shoplifted the fucking bell from the church. And she would take it to the Met games and ring that fucking bell. So in the back of her mind, that bell was everything. Yeah. That bell was bringing her luck. Every time I'd see her, she'd give me a kiss and go, you're a genius. That church is bringing me good luck with the fucking bell. The Mets keep winning.
What you stole from the church is bringing me the Lord. That's amazing.
So every time the Mets would play at home, she'd ring the bell. And if she went to a Met game, she'd take the bell and put it in her purse. And she'd ring the bell at the Met game. This is true fucking story. This is how crazy. This is where I came from.
Oh, man.
I know you don't have all this time, but have you thought about like trying to go back to 1973 Met game like video? And see if you can hear the bell. That'd be crazy.
Shit, you're blowing my fucking mind.
You're blowing my fuck. I couldn't.
Dude.
No. I couldn't do it. You would hear it too. You would hear it going Rusty Staub. She would throw chicken wings when he'd run back. She hated Rusty Staub. So she was like, this side of it. No me ponga palabras, compadre. Yeah, I mean, she hated him.
I only know some of what you just said, and it still made me fucking
She
laugh.
hated him to the point.
Those are hard.
She'd tell me to the point, like the usher would go, Denora, where do you want to sit? You know, do you want to sit in right field? And I think where did Rusty Staub play? 73 Mets. Was it 73? Wherever Rusty Staub. They had a horrible, I think it was Rusty Staub and George Theodore.
The motherfucker
oh, my mom used to get
always
so
had
pissed.
to hit the cutoff.
He was a right fielder.
Yeah, he always had to hit the cutoff. That was the story.
So when the guy would,
so she's still doing chicken wings?
Right now.
Oh my God, that's the best.
Here's the deal.
New York
The guy would go, Denora, I got side on right field only. So he would have to run past her. If she would sit there and he ran past her, she would lose her mind. She would go ballistic. All 8 times he'd run, oh yeah, Ruti, hijo de puta. She'd fucking yell at him in Spanish. And then if she was close enough, she'd throw chicken wings at him. Oh yeah, hijo de puta. So when the guy would ask her, where do you want to sit? And he'd say like, where do you want to sit? My mom would go, oye, no me ponga para ese lado, compadre. El tipo ese, I don't like that fucking dude. So she would sit on the other side. Who was the left fielder?
Let's see.
Oh, God. Oh, thank God you give me a break. Oh, God. Oh,
Plus, they had Wayne Garrett on third, so she was in love with Wayne Garrett. If Wayne Garrett took his dick out, my mom would jump the fence and suck his dick, and Tom Seaver at the same time.
Okay.
Your mom's got heart.
Give me the team.
By the way, this Friday I'll be at the Club Nokia here in Los Angeles. If you're a church member, please come in. I'd love you. I'd love to see you live. I'm going to do about 2 hours and blow your fucking minds. Come on, baby.
What's the team? Who's the left fielder then, and who was the fucking third baseman?
All right. You want the left fielder or Cleon Jones?
It was Cleon Jones, and who was the third baseman? Wayne Garrett.
Yeah.
Bad motherfucker, dog. He reminds me of David Wright, the hot corner they used to call it. And my mother loved Wayne Garrett, so she could tolerate Cleon. And my mother used to call Cleon Jones La Cleon. Vamos para la Cleon, compadre. Vamos a hablar con el negro. Because he was black, so my mom would clap. And Wayne Garrett, she liked Wayne Garrett. But if you put her on the other side, she'd be tormented the whole game with Rusty Stop. She'd turn and look at me and say, I don't want to look at this motherfucker. I got to sit there and look at this motherfucker. So,
why did you like him?
He did an error. She lost like $10,000 one time because he dropped the ball, and that was it. That's it. My mother's world.
Or was it because I heard?
No, he did something stupid.
He couldn't throw it to first base. He had to hit the cutoff.
I don't know what he did to my mother. My mom just didn't like him. So my mom, if she sat on the right side, not only would she ring the bell for the match, but then she put voodoo on Rusty Stop at the same time. Right, so that year, bro, listen to me. The fucking Mets beat the Reds, right?
Sure.
No, fucking look.
I'm not gonna know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they won three.
Right,
games.
Mets won the three.
Do you understand what that was for the fucking Mets to beat the Reds? The Reds were beginning a dynasty.
That was the big red machine.
That was the big red machine. Now, you know what happened,
Holy
Lee?
shit,
You know
man.
what happened? My mother, when they went to the World Series, my mother I remember I was still going to Sacred Heart School for Boys. I still remember that plain as day because my mom had that belt. And if, listen, this is even going to get creepy here. This is even going to get creepier. Not only do the school, you go in on Sundays and you come home on Thursdays. Here's where it really gets creepy. Lee, go even deeper. See what day the World Series was on. The game what was the series when the Oakland A's beat the Mets?
1973 World Series.
1972 World Series. Look at the day they clinched. So this is really going to knock you motherfuckers out.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
See if it was a Sunday. The day they won that game, the Oakland A's beat the Mets, Game 6 was on a Sunday. Was it 6 games?
7 games.
Okay.
Sunday, October 21st.
Who the fuck do you think you're dealing with, gentlemen?
You ain't
So listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I still remember. I still remember what's his name catching the ball and my mother looking over at me and going, let's go. We're going back to that fucking school. And on the way, her like playing, she wouldn't even look at that fucking bell. So for the last 3 months, all she does is she loves this bell. She put the bell down at night and light a candle next to it. She cut the chicken heads and fed it. She did the whole thing.
Sangria and all that shit. She gives the blessings.
The day the Mets lost, she personally got in the car because usually she'd go to the bar and my stepdad or one of my mom's friends would drive me. And we'd all go out to dinner as a family and then my mom would go to the bar because you'd have to be there till 5. No, 3 if you were working the bingo on Sunday. My mom
man, that Catholic church is a beating.
My mom personally drove me to the fucking school, got me out. I could see she was agitated the whole time. And in the middle of the agitation, she gave me a hug. And she goes, do me a favor. Get this fucking kiss of death bell away from me, right? I go, I ain't touching that fucking thing. They've been looking for that bell for 3 months. They've been doing searches with dogs for that fucking bell.
Oh, my God.
And I go, you put the fucking bell back. You robbed it. Here we are in front of the church. The nuns are 10
How
feet.
old are you?
10. I'm fucking 10. And my mom's telling me, go put this. I don't ever want to see that fucking bell again. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that bell. I don't want to see Rusty Stop. As long as I live, I swear to God, I don't know what I hit. My mom used to get superstitious against certain things. Okay, so now the bell had carried her throughout the whole baseball. Not only that, the bell helped the Mets beat the Cincinnati Reds, which at that time were royalty.
Yeah.
Okay?
Amazing.
Now, because they lost in Game 6 or in Game 7, the bell was bad luck. She didn't want it in the fucking out. Take this fucking bell out of here. Like I said, she personally
How much you think she lost on that bet? Because you know she bet the shit out of the Mets.
50,000.
Jesus. I'd hate that motherfucker too.
My mother,
I'd burn that bell.
my mother had a gambling problem. What women today think with those slot machines.
That
My
ain't
mom
nothing.
made you look like a fucking. My mom was a betting baseball.
All sports?
No, just baseball. Baseball and horses. And that's the horses will kill you. It's every day. You can't do anything every day in life. She lost everything because of her baseball betting. Everything. And her teams for betting baseball were the Red Sox. At that time, and they were hot then. Those are one of the great. So this whole last week was really I watched the fucking Met games. I watched them. Did I cheer for them? I gotta tell you something. I was cheering for them up to when they went to Shea Stadium the first night. And when I saw them singing "Ring Me a Song," "You're a Shadow Man," whatever, that Billy Joel thing, that was it for me. I was disgusted. I have never been that. That's not the New York I left. They were all hugging each other, and they were singing, "Sing me a song, you're a piano man." And Billy Joel was in the top acting like a jerk. That stuff drives me crazy, dog. That's a baseball field. You're supposed to go there and throw things, and ring bells, and yell obscenities and shit. They've created it into something else. That's what pissed me off, my bro. That's why I got so mad. I'm like, so you sang for the 2 nights. Also, when they're getting beat up in Shea. No, that's why I kept tweeting last night. Didn't you see what I was tweeting last night?
Yeah.
Where's fucking Billy Joel? Get him singing. That's the night they won. The night that he fucking sang that song. Now they're losing. Where's Billy fucking Joel when you need him? Where the fuck is that cocksucker?
Go fuck yourself, Billy Joel.
That's what I was pissed
fuck
off.
him.
Nah, Kansas City. Let me tell you what song what Kansas City played. Kansas City played what my man Brad Pitt was trying to sell. Moneyball. Moneyball is, and you know why? Did you watch the series?
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck, I didn't watch it, and I was disgusted with him.
Are you serious? Did you watch that piece of shit Monday night game? Did you watch that fucking football game? That was hot garbage. What were you watching?
I was here.
He was here. Let me tell you
something.
something.
What the fuck? You got a fucking 9-foot TV behind you.
No, he don't like. He said he don't watch it unless it's. I love the World Series.
Retarded.
That's American as fuck.
What were you doing? Were you playing some?
He was here working though. He was here working.
Playing a shooting game.
He was here working.
One of those screens had one of them fake shooting games.
No. He was.
He was shooting somebody in fucking
Israel,
in Belarus right now. And they're both cussing out dirty fucking Russians.
He knows he can't.
I know. He was Googling his fucking cousins. All right.
Whoa. Listen.
Yeah.
Did you notice what Kansas City did? And I love that. I hate when people forget about the game.
Small ball.
Lee, they stole bases.
I
love when people steal.
They put pressure.
You really want to fuck with a motherfucker. And if you look at the Cincinnati Reds, the big red machine, that's all they did. Their job, the next time classic baseball, the Cincinnati Reds play, you sit there and you watch that whole game. And you're going to go, oh my God, nobody had more than 15 home runs. Yeah. Eric Foster.
Small ball.
The main job they did was steal.
Single. Get a single and
steal. And singles is something that's forgotten about in this country.
Man. You know that's why Ricky Henderson played baseball so long and for so many teams. Because think about it.
He played for the Red Sox.
He played for everybody. Ricky Henny played for everybody. Listen, Ricky was goofball dumb, but he was one of the greatest baseball players to ever get behind. All right? This guy, if you've got a pitcher and he is out of business at 96 pitches, and Ricky gets on base with a bunt or a fucking single or walk sometimes, he gets on there, he jumps out. That guy's going to have to throw over there 3 or 4 times. He's going to wear out his arm. They're going to have to bring that middle reliever that's a piece of shit that hadn't worked in 8 days, and then they have to go through 3 closers. So what do they do the next day? Ricky Henderson blows out their next guy. That's what genius small ball is. And that's what they did, man. They played fucking great baseball, man.
They played
great baseball. Beautiful like college ball.
Cincinnati Red games, their leadoff was always Joe Morgan, and he always stole. And once Geronimo came on, those fucking Indians, those Geronimos, they go crazy. And they had like 3 people who would steal on you. Pete Rose would steal on your ass. And Pete Rose wasn't a thief, but he just, they just guerrilla you. And if you watch those, there was a game I watched on Classic Baseball maybe 8 years ago that they actually showed the fucking pitcher just going like, I don't want to deal with this ever again. This was not baseball. This was torture. Because it's small ball. It's slow torture. Every pitch, something happens. There's always something happening. Every time you let that ball go, it's either a single, a bunt, or this motherfucker's stealing. That's torture on a pitcher. He can't focus.
You got to duck. You lose your concentration.
It's fucking crazy.
And that's I used to love baseball. I used to know everything about the Red Sox. There's 162 games before the postseason. I don't have time to watch all those games. It's I don't know.
Well, not every one of them, but watch one of each series and feel like a fan. You know what I mean? I like the Houston Astros. I started stand up there in '90. I loved them. Me and John Westling, we went for a foul ball, and little kid was going for a foul ball. We were stoned out of our balls. And instead of me squashing that kid for that fucking foul ball, I broke the seat, okay? And the kids got the ball, and everybody's cheering, and we're on the big screen, and I'm holding that chair together, motherfucker. I got my left hand on the chair up, okay? And John's laughing. He goes, "You broke that chair?" I go, "This motherfucking chair is done. I broke that ass and had been there 30 fucking years, and I fucked that chair up." We got up, it fell to 4 pieces. I swear to God, get Johnny West on the phone. That is so fucking funny. Oh my God.
You broke a couple of things, cocksucker.
I've broken a lot of shit. I used to
break lawn chairs. Lawn chairs could not hold me. Remember the Pittsburgh Funny Bone?
Yeah.
The Homer Creepo that used to have naked women pictures all around the bar.
Yeah, right.
I always used to hate those.
Dad, I hate lawn chairs, though.
Yeah, the chair you have on your balcony. I never knew why you had that goddamn chair there.
I broke one and you broke one. Well, I was like pushing the jar and then you came and just tormented it.
Well, for a fat guy, those are the worst chairs.
Remember when you shot the pilot, the VH1, didn't I break a chair?
Yes.
Something happened. I broke a chair.
You broke a chair. It was awesome.
For a long time, I was breaking fucking
Oh my
shit.
God, it was so fucking funny.
When a chair broke. One time with sleep apnea, a chair broke in Miami.
Dude, you broke Gavin's toilet. Remember, you went in there and you just sat down too hard and you broke that fucking toilet. And then you made the slow creep. And water came out and flooded Gavin. And Gavin got out of his, because you were sleeping in my house. And you were like, "Fuck him, I'm going in here."
I broke Gavin's fucking futon. That was classic, dog. I heard that thing snap in 8 ways. When you're a fat fuck, you break shit sometimes without even knowing. It's the most embarrassing thing. Living like a fat fuck, so you break a ton of shit. Clothes, I ripped clothes. I remember one time I got one time in somebody's car in a Jeep they had. I went to get the handle, and I went to pull up and half the fucking roof came down.
Oh man,
it's tough being a fat motherfucker.
Man, ain't nothing easy.
Let me do some shout outs and get the fuck out of here. I'd like to thank Mike and Mary Johnson at Unique Bows. Thank you very much for the bows. We put them on a little hair for Halloween. Thank you for listening. Rusty Shackelford, Death Squad Dallas, and the rest of you crazy motherfuckers. I love those guys, man. Sandman, Benito Munoz, Sean Cappuccino, Jimmy Carroll, and Gert Brooks.
You know who I know is watching? Is my man D in Colorado, who's a cool motherfucker. Yeah, I know D in Colorado. That motherfucker has got weed 15 foot tall. 15.
Oh, yeah. I know
the biggest ass buds.
He's a good dude.
Dude, he's a great guy, man. That guy's cut from rare.
I just talked to him on Twitter a couple days ago. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. I like that guy.
You have to do that. What's up with you, Tarzan? We're going to kettlebells tomorrow?
Hell yeah.
You staying for jiu-jitsu? We're going to bust it. We're going. What the fuck?
Sounds going to kill us.
Let's do it. Let's fucking go. I got shit on. I got to take high shots on Wednesday. Stupid shit.
Yeah, I'm going to In-N-Out. All right, you fuckers won't get real. Okay, we're 3 fat guys. You're going to talk about workout sessions now? We've been talking about Fucking
breaking
asshole.
beds. That's why. I just thought about it. I'm like,
I buy better beds, motherfucker. That's what I did. Fuck it. Fuck breaking them. Buy the best.
Bro, he wants me to flip over my back. I can't do it. I've never in my life been able to do it. He's like, "Oh, just do it." I'm like, "Can't. It's never gonna happen."
Who gives a fuck? You go in there, you do the best you can. Don't worry about doing nothing.
Oh,
you can't do something.
Oh my God.
Do something.
No, I know. Obviously, he's
okay.
I
can't believe I can join this conversation, but I can actually and be relevant. Holy shit. Okay, I've been trying to limber up and like, because traveling so much it hurts, and so my doctor, as part of I broke my wrist, has said, as part of my physical therapy, go to yoga. Okay, so I'm having this one-on-one with this yoga instructor. Okay, I'm going down and I got my legs spread as far as I can, and the fucking yoga mat split in the middle. And my balls hit the fucking floor, and I almost passed the fuck out. My fucking thighs have been killing me for 3 weeks. Dude, I swear to God, I did the full splits like I was trying to block a goal. It was the worst.
Oh, you ripped it.
Oh my God, dude. I think I ripped my groin muscles. All this shit. I ripped that yoga mat right down the fucking middle, Coco. You're the first person I've said that to, because it's so embarrassing. But those fuckers will rip if you get fucking 450 splitting it. Oh, Jack, I busted my ass. It took me so long to be able to get up. I didn't even know what to do. The instructor just pushed me back on my back. And it eased up. And oh my God.
But one of the worst things that ever happened to me was when I drowned at the YMCA that time.
That's the title of your book. That's the title of your book.
Oh my God. As a fat guy, I was never more embarrassed in my fucking life, man. I've done some fucked up shit as a fat guy. And I don't, you get embarrassed about being fat. You can't fat shame me. But the time I almost drowned at the Wiley fucked me up. I didn't say nothing for like 2 months. I didn't say nothing. I just snorted coke and tried to hide it and shit. That was embarrassing, though. I was just starting to lose weight. Things were going great for me. I lost like 8 pounds. I was still snorting blow. I was doing big blow. And I fucking got up one morning and Terry went to work and I overslept. And I said, fuck it, I got to swim. And I went over to the Y and the Y is packed. I used to go to the Fat Man pool. It's this little Russian pool, right? It was like 4 feet, but it was 96 degrees. So it's like a therapeutic pool. And I would walk around, and then if there was nobody in, I would do laps. And then it's short laps. Nobody would see you. If you go to the big pool, there's kids, and people see you, and there's lifeguards. I was still too embarrassed. I'm not going to be a fat guy who wears a T-shirt in the pool.
No.
But I am. I'm a hot mess. You don't want to see me.
I said, fuck
I keep all this here.
I'm going to go in there without a T-shirt. Lee, I was 400 pounds. There was fat everywhere, Lee. And I'd sit in the sauna, and I'd make believe like I was losing weight in the sauna. Then I'd go in the steam bath. Then I'd jump in the pool. And I do this every morning at 5 a.m. I did this to start off, but I was still snorting blow. So in my mind, if I ate sushi and I went to the steam room, I would sweat the cocaine out. I wasn't a fiend no more. So now it's 2 in the afternoon, Lee. I go across the street to the Y. I'm still a little hungover on the blow. And the fucking steam pool is packed with kids jumping up and down. And I'm like, I can't do my fucking laps. But the adult pool, the lap pool, was wide open.
Oh, shit.
I go, fuck this. I swam. I lived in Boulder. I've been swimming for 3 weeks. I'm ready for the big fucking pool. Why am I swimming with these fucking fat fucks for? I went over there, I put my name on the blackboard, guys. I put my goggles in. And on the deep end, I jumped. Just the cold water hitting me, bro. It just shocked my body. Just shocked my fat little body. And then I'm trying to swim. I'm swimming. I'm putting everything I can. I'm turning my head. I'm remembering my form. And I look up, Lee, and I haven't even moved like 5 feet. I'm fucking sideways. But by this time, I'm out of air. Like I was smoking 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I'm dying. I'm 10 feet out, but I can't swim back. and my feet can't take it. So I'm just holding on to the rope, and people are swimming by me. They're going, come on, let go of the rope. Come on, swim. And I'm like, guys, I'm dying. I'm trying to get the shortest distance was this way. If I swam vertically to the fucking wall, I'd never make it. So I had to swim this way. So I pulled myself like Spider-Man throughout the rope. And I get to the wall, and I'm huffing and puffing, guys. I mean, guys, I was fucked up. Seriously. That's when I realized this has to end. And I'm holding on to this, and I can't kick no more. And I'm out of oxygen, and I'm holding on. And I got my fucking chin on the thing, just holding me. And some kids are like, Mister, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Help me. And they're like, come on, pull them out. And all these little kids get together, these little Mexican kids, and they're trying to pull me out, and they can't pull me out. They're like, 1, 2, 3, pull. And they're pulling. I'm like, and I'm turning purple, Lee. I mean, Lee, I'm not breathing. I don't even know about breathing through my nose. I'm starting to panic. People are starting to circle and look around, and these little kids can't pull me out. They're like, fuck it, ring the buzzer. And they ring this buzzer. And it's going, wah, wah, wah. And all of a sudden, this chick gets on the thing, and she turns this thing around, and they're actually going to make me, listen to this, they couldn't get me out. So they were going to fucking drop a hoist into the pool, and they wanted me to swim into it, and then they were going to pull me out like a fucking whale, like orca. And by this time, there's 50 people watching me. You have any idea, Lee, how embarrassing that is? I got tits, they're by my stomach. Lee, I'm purple. And they're like, swim to the middle.
That must have sucked.
Get to the middle, and go in, and we'll drop the hoist. And the hoist will pull you out, and then we'll bring you to the side. Lee, by that point, I'm so fucking embarrassed. And now, out of the corner of my eye, I see ambulance tech workers running in with a fucking mattress like I got shot in Vietnam. And something made me put my fat little foot over. I just went, and my fat foot got over, dog. Oh, my God. That thigh must have weighed 1,000 pounds. And I fucking pulled myself up, and I rolled down like orca. I just rolled down to the pool. I got up, and I got up right in time. As I went through the fucking door, the 3 ambulance workers were running in. They're like, where is he? Like, that's him. And I just walked right past him, dog. Because rule number 1, don't stop and don't sign nothing. You don't need to get checked out. Mind your business. You're fine.
You know,
as long as you get to your car.
I got to be honest with you. I think there's a thing called secondary drowning. Look it up, Lee. It happens. You just take a little bit of a little bit of water in your nose, and it gets down your actual windpipe, and it can be a very small amount. You don't have to have this deep lung thing. It's a secondary drowning. Look it up, Lee. Explain it. I believe that's what it is. That's what I thought you had, because I swim all the time, man. You know, we belong to that tennis club. I keep on inviting you to come up there like regular white people, and let's have a goddamn party, okay?
You're in town 8 days a fucking year.
I'm calling it out. Let's go, okay?
Tomorrow? I can't go tomorrow. All right, next summer.
No, not next summer. Stop. Come on. We got the whole holidays.
You're a fucking
We got the holidays coming. I'm going to smoke turkey. I'm trying. If you can teams in me, all right, trust me, I got problems, okay?
We all got fucking problems.
Yeah, I'm fucking Jay-Z over here, but I got 100, all right?
We got a problem. We all got problems.
Word of that. But you know what? She's fucking being so great. It's like, it's so, like, freeing for both of us. And I still love her. I'm in love with her. I love my babies, and that's why, you know, this wasn't an acid trip night, you know what I mean? It could have been, but it just simply wasn't. I got real shit to do tomorrow, you know? I've got 2 beautiful babies that love their daddy, and I've been getting so much bullshit, you know, about me and the wife filing for divorce. Truth was, she was just responding. They only check LA records. She was already, I had filed on her like 10 days before. Okay, and so there was going to be this big jurisdictional battle, and then my lawyer in Tennessee goes, you know, you're going to spend about $150,000 just fighting over what state we're going to have the divorce in, okay? Not counting my money, all right? I was supposed to write a retainer tomorrow if she wanted to go to war for like $50,000. Okay, it's retarded. All right, and we're just being cool. It's like my babies, I always want them supported. My wife will never want for anything. She'll have the house that she designed. Okay, and she can be free, and I'm a miserable person to fucking live with. Not that I'm a fat piece of shit. It's I'm work all the fucking time. I'm always, and I've got babies that have to be in school. But since this shit broke on the internet, man, they have people taking pictures of my kids, man. It's like, motherfucker, I'm the guy. You know what I mean? It's like I'm the guy behind the microphone. You know, those are my babies. And they're just being fucking dicks. You know, I couldn't even go hardly trick-or-treating with them. With people all fucking up in my business who I never even knew. I wanted to slap so many motherfuckers. I couldn't take it. I just sat down because everybody knows my fucking business, but they also know my babies, and they go, yeah, their parents, you know. And everybody up there is either swinging, fucking divorced, fucking somebody else, or doing coke. You know, there ain't no innocent ones over there, but they're throwing stones. But, man, they're coming at.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Sir. You told me a story that was fucking hysterical, and I didn't understand it. Because you're a funny fucking dude. Whatever's going on in your life right now, Ralphie, with your children, the people from the church, we love you, man.
I know.
We got your back. We want you to know one thing. Divorce ain't easy. There's two ways you could do this. You want to do this with shotguns and Jews?
No.
Or you want to do this with, and that's the way you got to do it, because you have a career.
Yeah.
And you want peace of mind. You want peace of mind.
I'm in love with her.
Listen, man, sometimes people try. I'm thinking about this Rothschild. I didn't know. I don't know anything. Guys, I don't know anything. I just found out that these people broke up and she's dating a new dude.
Who?
When does this happen? How does this happen? The singer from No Doubt.
Gwen Stefani?
Yeah, she's dating the judge from fucking The Show or something. He broke up with his wife and she broke up with her husband after 14 fucking years. And they had like a thing today, like these two
Blake Shelton guy?
Yeah. You know, listen, man. People in life sometimes don't get. I pray every day that Carrie stays in love with me, and I keep it together with her. I pray every day because I know how quick it can go. And the longer you're with a person, the harder it fucking is. And when you have children, it's even fucking harder.
It's so hard.
There's two ways to do a divorce. You could either A,
go to war,
or B, take a fucking few lumps in the head, which you're going to take anyway.
Okay, that's all.
You're going to take anyway.
I've taken that my whole life. It ain't no big deal.
Either 10 people could hold you down and put a big black dick in your ass, or you could just take a fucking white flag, get naked, put it on your back, turn around, lube your own asshole, and let them do what the fuck you got to do, okay? You know what? A dick in the ass hurts both ways, but I'll tell you what, it hurts more if you clench it up.
She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do nothing wrong. And you know what? She did help me in my career. You know, the truth is, when I got Last Comic Standing, okay, Jay Moore, dickhead, called me on Thursday, go, hey, I need you for an audition. I was in Hawaii working at the Laugh Factory, and he said, come back. I need you here on Saturday. And I looked online, and the cheapest ticket for round trip, because I still had to finish in Hawaii. There's nobody on that fucking island who could have done it. All right? And so I had to come back, and the ticket was like $1,100, you know, and that was 2 months rent, man. That's real fucking shit. Like for a maybe, for a big fucking maybe, and I rolled the dice, and I couldn't afford it. Lana had a credit card that her mama gave her for insurance, and she put it all on there. And that's what launched my whole career. So does she get half? Yes, motherfucker, she gets half. Okay? And she should get more than half. She's going to be drawing a salary from my place. She's going to be getting alimony like a regular white people, because we're Jews, you got to respect. All right? My babies already have big things set up for them. They'll never want for anything. They'll never have what I went through, you know? And it's like, that's what you want.
That's true.
But now they're coming. It's just so irritating. You know, they're just dumb. These motherfuckers. You know,
the internet is a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, right.
The internet is a good thing and a bad thing. You know, I use the internet for certain things. I see people use it for other things, and that's fine. That's what the internet is. It's your expression. But sometimes, if you open up your life on the internet, the result isn't going to be good. It's happened to me. It's backfired.
Yeah.
But in this situation with divorce and stuff, who knows? You know,
And
all you
nothing's
can do
happened yet.
keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Try to put the pieces together.
Trying.
Be a father. Listen, the divorce in my life had to be tougher than a prison sentence. I lost a child in the divorce. I lost dignity in the divorce. And to this day, I have animosity. I know that I'm like Michael Douglas in what's the movie when he just snapped on the 405? Walking tall, standing tall, when he started shooting people.
Yeah. Last straw.
When I saw that movie really scared me.
Why?
You ever see that movie where he goes nuts on the 405?
Yeah, he's lost his job.
And the drug dealer goes to mug him, and all of a sudden he shoots him. And he goes, "You want my briefcase?" He's pretty funny in that.
Yeah.
And now Duval is looking for him. It's a cliche type movie, but I always saw that happening to me with my ex-wife. That's how bad of a divorce it was. I forgave my stepfather. Till this day, I talk to old school Cubans, and they always say, "Fuck him. He never gave you what was coming to you." You know what? So then I got to go get what was coming to me. That was my frame of thought back then. He didn't give me my mother's money. What do you want me to do? You want me to shoot him? For 3 years, I lived with that. I was preparing to hide under a car and grab his foot and shoot him. Where's his money now? So I shoot him and kill him. How am I going to get his money now? So I had a terrible idea. And I hated him for fucking years. And one day I go, "What? This is the guy that raised me. Would you give me $300,000? What was I going to do with it? Was I going to invest? Was I going to buy a building? No.
He'd be dead.
I was going to buy a coca plant off some fucking...
Fuck yeah.
So in a way, he saved my fucking life, you know? So I forgave him over the years. And I forgave him. That was it. When he died, I didn't go to the funeral. I sent flowers. I went to see his wife, and then she died. But I let it go. I got to tell you something. I had such a bad
I don't have
divorce.
any anger.
I have
right now
you don't.
Love. No, I know.
Listen,
I don't care.
right now,
I've already seen all the numbers. I just love my babies.
Listen,
I have to get another place here, and I hate it out here.
Listen, it has nothing to do with numbers. Okay? There's levels of a divorce. When she walked out of the house, she goes, "Listen, I'm just going to be a mile up the road. You come over anytime you want. Let me just get some space." And I was cool with that. I'm like looking at it going, this is a dream come true. I could work on comedy. I wanted to be a fucking comedian. I just got out of prison. I was doing the working stiff stuff, and I go, fuck it. I want to do fucking comedy. And all of a sudden, it went from one thing to another. I hope it doesn't go there for you. I hope you handle it maturely.
I love my babies. I love my wife. I
hope that the attorneys don't get a hold of this and turn it into something else.
They're not.
I hope that, because that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
Once attorneys get in illegal, and once the fine print, there's a fine print. Yeah. And once that fine print comes out, Lisa, they ain't no coming back. And that fine print has to exist. It has to exist. The law says it has to exist. And sometimes that hurts, you know. So, you know, you have our love, you have my love always. I call you every day. I hang up.
I know.
I send you videos of a little Spanish guy.
You gotta knock it out with that, man.
I'm the real deal.
It's like
I'm the real deal. I've been through a divorce. I've been through a separation. Guys, it is brutal. I always advise people: you keep it together. Keep it together.
Well, no, I disagree.
But if there's no love, there's no love. If there's no love, there's no love. You have love.
No.
So
we both have so much love for each other, but it's like, here's the real deal, okay? I have really fucking bad PTSD, and now I'm properly medicated by probably the best. He's the head of psychiatry at Vanderbilt. He's fucking amazing. He's got me chemically dialed in. I sleep 8 hours. I'm up. I don't take naps. I walk. I feel great. He's done it all. He's fucking amazing. All right. But before I got properly medicated, I was a fucking nut and a complete asshole. Okay. You know what you do after 2 years
you
of
showed up at
denying?
my house with the Elvis glasses. You started to worry me that day. What question did you have over there?
No, it's not a question, but it was just My parents got divorced when I was in high school, and I actually had wished they got divorced earlier. Like they said, like we stayed together because of the kids. I even back then, I thought it would be better just to have like
You're just a tough dude. This is listen, man.
I was Ralphie, young, but I feel great now.
Let's get something. Let's get something on the air. Last Comic Standing is a great show, and it shows a lot of comics to the country and a lot of vice versa. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. When Ralphie was on Last Comic Standing, he was already a brilliant headliner. Ralphie was already headlining. People paying tickets to go see him. I mean, this just accelerated the program where now these kids become somebody. Ralphie May was already somebody. You follow me? Ralphie May was already somebody. It went from one thing to one thing, Ralphie. I judged it. I was there. I was there when you were, cooking for us with no money, and also next thing you know, we're sitting on Wilshire Boulevard with a jar of weed in the living room, and people just sticking their hands in it, taking weed to go, and you know what? He didn't give a fuck. Take it. That's what Sean Rouse smoked the fucking whole thing. Yeah. I mean, every time he'd see me, give me $200 to do what you do. It's hard on a person, never mind on a marriage. Yeah. This has been a journey for you. You've learned, and now I hope that you keep it together. I hope that you find a way to. Much more peace in my life. I've got so much less stress and less anxiety. I don't have nightmares every night. No, you have the PTSD from Spellbinders when you fell?
No, that's hilarious.
You see the bottom of the
Hey, that was 12K. Shut your mouth, cocksucker. That was a good angle. All right. I broke my fucking ball, but hey, I fucking got 12K out of it. Word to the mother. No, it's when I had bilateral double pneumonia and a pulmonary embolism, and I had to stay awake for 9 days because if I couldn't help my lungs expand, I would die. And I had the blood clot was so big that because I had pneumonia and I'd broken 2 ribs from coughing. And that's what caused the blood clot to go right. It was right here. And they said that a radiologist was going to come in at 7 a.m. and enter this vein and go into that and find it right there by the lung. And he goes, you have to be awake. We can't give you any anesthesia. And it's inside you. It fucking hurts in there, man. All right. and that they're going to, you got a 5% chance of living, okay? If it blows the clot out, okay, you fucking live, and if not, you'll bleed out in your brain, and you'll have a stroke. Good luck. Hey, sleep tight. Boom, motherfucker. I was fucked up, Jack. That fucking snap. That snaps your fucking head, dude. And so. What I've been doing like a lot of PTSD groups, okay? And they're always like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, look here, cocksucker. I'm just as fucked up as you are. And let's get to the real deal. Let's talk about some shit. Oh, like you even know about, I mean, you know how many times I've gone overseas for the fucking military? Like 19. I'm in a 44 forward operating bases in multiple war zones. Okay, by the way, Afghanistan this time of year is fucking beautiful. All the Taliban's turbans, change colors, bananas. It's like those dirty motherfuckers. They're like reds and yellows. It's beautiful. Okay, but I've been there, and then they start getting real, dude. And man, and those guys get real. It gets real. You know, I mean, it's like, I know it sounds stupid, right? But you're absolutely right.
You know, Ralphie, man, I gotta tell you, I'm sitting here across from you. I'm going to end this podcast in a couple minutes, but I gotta tell you something. It's I'm 52, man. I've had a great life. I laugh. I love being upset and laughing. I live to laugh, people. I know sometimes I come across as a prick. I love giggling. I love laughing. I have a lot of regrets in my life. I did a lot of fucked up things. I was talking about my godfather before. One of the biggest regrets I have, that we didn't have the money to do, Ralphie. What a mistake that we could go back and rewire that apartment with a camera.
Oh my God.
We would have a show. And I'm telling you.
That would have been the all-time.
It would be
HBO's all-time greatest comedy show.
And you can't And you know what? I'm sitting here across from Ralphie. I'm listening to a story. And I'm like, I can't even go to HBO. Like I'm telling him, I'm taking a Ralphie narrating a show about the adventures of a fat guy. And just even all that stuff, the tube, when you fell that time.
Oh, falling on Gardner?
Listen, I'm sitting here across from you. And I'm thinking, not even Gardner, the thing you were telling Lee about that he's going on. You don't understand. This chick is living in his house. Before we're talking about the story, here's 3 guys trying to fuck the same chick.
It's miserable.
It's
I'm the
miserable.
only one not trying to fuck her.
But you wanted to fuck her. If your face fell into an asshole, it wouldn't have been the worst thing. It wouldn't have been the worst thing. So something happened. They're having an argument. You cannot write this, Lisa. This is an apartment that's living on whatever Ralphie's subsided. Yeah. I'm living off Ralphie. I got a little bit of coke in my pocket. Ralphie's making Bloody Marys. And we're going over it. We're hitting this every night. Everybody knew that at 2 a.m. after the comedy store.
The party was in my apartment.
The Red Devil, Ricky Cruz.
Babaloo,
you know. And we just talk shit.
The producer.
Somebody would have a joint. Somebody wouldn't have a joint. But this one night, it was just me.
Dude, we
were drinking Bloody Marys. And we're giggling. And Jody says something to Ralphie to piss him off. And there was a big Japanese lamp in the kitchen. All right? And Fucko here sits down and she pisses him off. And he sits in the position and something happened that the light got a little lower. And he's fucking saying shit to her with his face red, right? He's like, fuck you. This is my house. Don't you ever talk to me like this. This is my fucking house. You believe this, Coco? She's my guest and she's talking to me like this. This is my vodka or something. And he, in the middle of his rage, he's like, ah. And he stops because the light bulb is burning his head.
It burned my hair.
You can't write that. You cannot write that. That's Inspector Clouseau type shit.
I had to wear a hat for like 3 weeks. I was like Junior Joshua. I always had a hat on.
You busted that toilet in your house.
No. It was Gavin's. It was Gavin's. You fucked up Gavin.
Slim Jim Magoo.
Stop. You also shit in Gavin's shower and then pushed it down with your toe, motherfucker. Okay, I know the real you, Coco. All right, you can bullshit with these other faggots, but I'm bona fide. Okay, I was there at the beginning. Okay, I was
no
mugging.
Idea.
Okay,
lighting the bum on fire.
You lighting the bum.
Eating people's pussy. If that apartment building had a fucking camera on,
oh my God,
we would be
multi-millionaires.
I tell the story tonight. I brought Shama there, and she was giving these people, drug dealers wanted to fuck Shama.
Oh, so
and I left her downstairs in Gavin's apartment with Gavin and the Armenian.
And she's dancing.
She's dancing, telling ESPN stories. And I come back at 5, and there's one guy
doing them horrible impressions. Oh my God, remember the horrible impressions? Oh my God!
Every time they give her a
garbage. She's bro. She's all coked out. I'm stoned.
Oh my God!
And this Disney bitch like breaks out into like
Joe Pesci.
Yes,
you have no idea, Lee.
Hey, shut up, bitch. Dance, take them titties out. Okay, that's what she told her. Did you remember that? You fucking told her. Goes, yeah, whatever, bitch. Take them titties out.
I loved her. I always loved her. I still talk to her when I go to Vegas.
Is she in Vegas now?
She's in Vegas.
That's awesome. She is so cool.
Good. She opens for everybody. She got a little gig. She's a
dude. I bet she's making a fucking mint.
She's 45. She dances in a cage at a lesbian bar.
She's like 26.
Yeah, she's 20. She dances at a fucking lesbian bar, but she keeps marrying gay guys by mistake.
What?
She hooked up with that dude in Alaska. I had to do this gig.
What?
Listen to me. About 15 years ago, I got to do this gig.
She married a gay dude?
Listen to me. I had to do this gig in Alaska one time.
At Chilku Charlie's?
And at one of those, for one of those people. And I canceled. I got like the stupid TV show or something for NBC. And I had to cancel. And she went up there and met a go-go dancer, like a male dancer. And they fell in love. And she put his name on her little pussy.
Oh,
and then they moved back to LA and they were in love. And
man, that's
he was like unemployed, but he always came up with a little bit of money. And she was dating him for like 2 years. They were in love. And then one day she went in his email and she saw an email from old dudes that he would go to their house in the afternoon and put like a bikini on. He would dance for old dudes and shit, and he would get like $50 and do meth. So she threw him out, and she was heartbroken because she always makes fucked up choices. I've told this story before. This is hilarious. Somebody tells me this is the name of the guy that she's got on her pussy. This guy is a go-go dancer for old dudes, and he's smoking meth. So she throws him.
Holy shit!
She throws him out. I hear about this about a month later.
Right now?
No. I bump into her, and she says to me, "How you doing?" Blah blah blah. We're going back and forth, and I go, "Hey." And I don't know what the guy's name was, but me. I go, "So how's Mark doing?" And she gets kind of sad. She goes, "I'm not with Mark anymore." And that's a shame. I go, "Listen, I know this old dude."
You know what, Shayla? You gotta give it up to her. She is a queen of a ball buster. She will give it, but she will fucking take it. I tell you what, she takes it better than a lot of fucking bona fide grown men.
She's always she's
fucking funny.
She came up at the comedy store. She came up at a fucking comedy club. Her mother's a biker. Her mother's Gemma. Did you know that? Her mother's like Gemma.
Really?
Like she was telling me stories, showing me pictures one time in the house. Her mother's like Gemma. And she's half Arab.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's Arabian. She's like a
Iranian.
She's beautiful.
I tell you, if you look at her, you think that she had plastic surgery, and you're like, but you realize it's just natural. She glows.
Her and April Macy used to be real fucking tight. 2 pieces of ass hanging out together. This is 12, 15 years ago. They're going doing these dirty shows all over the place, and they start doing Armed Forces show. They got a my face. What was before Twitter and MySpace? They got a MySpace page together, and they would do all these dirty rooms, and they got Penthouse to pay them peanuts, but they had something going on in Vegas. They were really trying. And every time you'd see one, you'd see the other. And one day I see Shane, and I go, "What's going on? Where's your buddy?" She goes, "We don't talk no more." So in the back of my mind, I'm like, wow, it's 2 girls. They went for the same guy. It's some girl shit. About a month later, I find out they're on a trip back from the fucking and Sarah Tiana verified it. They're on a plane on the way back, and all of a sudden the plane starts having engine trouble, and they're gonna die. The plane's gonna go down, and all of a sudden they go, "We're gonna release the mask," and they released the mask, but only one came down. It was Seamus' mask. Fucking April Macy took it, held it down, started choking and breathing the fuck. Oh my God. That's deep. That's savagery comedy shit right there, Ralphie, man.
Oh man,
Are you still on the Netflix tour?
Yes, unruly. We've got the West Coast this whole month or the next 2 weeks, and then it's Lord's Day, it's Thanksgiving. You got to give back to Grace. All right, I'm hitting Eugene. I got Santa Cruz, Fresno. Holy shit.
Look how high
Portland,
over there.
Portland. I don't know what I'm on, but man, this is great.
No.
Seattle.
Look at the Flying Jew.
Oh, he is fucking in sumo land. Jesus Christ. Look at you.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm telling you, Lee Zayat, get that mustache.
Look
like
at
them villains. Get that mustache.
What's the
all
matter, dog? You all right?
Look like the fucking circus strongman.
You should have seen your face a couple minutes ago.
All the church members up in Canada. First time I'm coming to Vancouver, man. Come out and show me out.
See him. That's the fucking town.
That's a town, Jack. I heard a lot of great things about
shit.
Vancouver.
They're going to carry you out to the bus in Denver.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
my God. No. That's fucked up, dude. I had to go through Utah. Those cocksuckers. The cops searched me. Those motherfuckers asked me if I did cocaine. I'm like, the fact that I'm this fat and can talk to you proves I cannot do cocaine. I never done it. Okay? And then the guy asked me if I want some Quaaludes, my own Quaaludes. And I'm like, what the fuck year is this? 77? Yeah, can I buy Quaaludes from you? Well, give me 20 fucking grams of Triceratops horn, you dumb fuck. There's nothing there. You know what the official quote was? The one I gave him? Because I was fucked up. You know what I was fucked up on? cold medicine. I had a sinus infection because I had just come from a goddamn Disney cruise with my kids. Okay, and we flew to we were in the Bahamas, and I was on that fucking that boat of germs. Okay, and then I flew to Denver, so I went from 82 to 12. Okay, fuck me. All right, and I had all this shit in my head, and it was horrible. So I started off with like all the Dayquil stuffs. Okay, like fucking just like Dayquil, Theraflu Day. Okay, like every Mucinex Day, every day shit they had, and I dried up a little bit. I wouldn't have boogers coming out of it. Okay, all right, this is the real deal. Okay, all right. But I started shaking, man. I started shaking because I'm all fucked up on all that cold medicine. So, okay, Coco, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I got the NyQuil out. You know, I'm trying to smooth this ride out. You know, I'm trying to fucking mellow this train, and then I just take a big old swallow a fucking NyQuil, man. It wasn't weed. I played NyQuil roulette and lost. Okay, and you know what my wife goes? She goes, "Why didn't you use the measuring cup?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Measuring cup? That's that cap on the top of the fucking NyQuil. It's a measuring cup. I've never fucking used that in my goddamn life. I had no idea. Okay, I just drank it enough. You know, I go like 2 shots. Fuck it.
Tell me when you broke
okay.
Bert Kreischer's dollar.
Hey, that was your fault. That was good ass fucking drugs you gave me. Alright? Okay. That was you and Gravity, motherfucker. You own that. Okay, you're a dick. And I wasn't the only one. You fucked up some shit on getting out of there. Okay, so you can suck a dick. And by the way, we went to that Jack in the Box right behind his house because we were smelling all them fucking jalapeno poppers. Bullshit, fuck you.
No, I didn't go to that Jack. I had to pull over. I couldn't stop laughing.
Wait, so what happened?
Okay, all right.
I'll tell you what fucking happened.
Okay. Denver, listen to this. You keep your balls in, motherfucker. All right, nobody want to see them. All right, I've seen them plenty in my life. All right.
Well, Bert Kreischer's out.
No, man, fuck you. And let me finish this, you cocksucker. All right, because I know you don't believe me. But my wife goes, "That's a measuring cup," and I'm like, "Well, I might be dumb, but you're a dirty bitch. I ain't never seen one in a dishwasher. That's just gross. You leave the same cap? That's disgusting." All right, and so I was just, I fucking hit it. But you know what? I quoted them because they were just making lies up about me. I was like, last thing I said before I head on stage, I heard was, all I said was, "Yes, Mr. Cosby, I'd love another cocktail." That's all I remember. And that's just like, go fuck yourself.
You get fucked up on NyQuil?
Dude, I was so fucked up on NyQuil.
You got a bottle of NyQuil, we'll give you a star of death, and we'll smoke a joint. It's all over.
Dude, in 92, I played the hip-hop comedy stop. Steve Harvey's and Rashawn McDonald's, all black comedy club in a hotel. Okay, and I was sitting back there with these crazy ass, like, I met this guy and he goes, "Yeah, my name's Willie D." All right, and he's Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, okay? And then this little ass midget walks over, Bushwick Bill, okay? And he's gangster, okay? I mean, Bushwick Bill was no bullshit. He had knives on him and shit. That little motherfucker cut your balls off. That was eye level to him. Okay, no, with codeine syrup. Codeine, and we listened to fucking slow records that this guy named DJ Screw would do. All right, but we drink that with 7-Up, okay, or Mountain Dew. Boom, they do a Mountain Dew so they wouldn't pass out, so they just drink that syrup. All right, and we was fucked up.
How much would you pour in? Because I only, like, every time I get bronchitis,
dude, they poured a lot in mine. Okay, they poured a lot, and they shitload, and a lot of them was putting that. What's that? The raspberry liqueur, like Chambord or something. They pour Chambord in it too, so you'd have like grape soda with some Chambord and syrup. Okay, and all those fools were doing that. All of them. It was, and it was like, I didn't even know what hit me. Okay, because it didn't taste. It tastes like Kool-Aid, and I was like, what? And they called me up on stage, and for whatever reason, it was the greatest set of the 4 years I've ever done comedy. And I
relaxed.
Yeah, but I was, I've been smoking weed in the back with this little crazy midget passing it because it was so funny to look at a midget when you're on codeine and smoking weed, and like if the midget takes the joint out of your hand, but it looks so much infinitely bigger in his hand than it ever did in yours. It's crazy. Like what? Whoa! Okay, it's amazing, but. I came in and blew the place apart, got a standing ovation, all right? But a comic came on stage who hated my fucking guts, that he was trying to be like the number one guy, and he had tried to do everything, and I blew the guy out of the fucking water. Steve Harvey told me I did. Okay, it was fucking unanimous. And he starts talking shit about me being fat, like making all these fat shit jokes, and the audience turns on the guy. And then out of nowhere, you see this nickel 45, 1911, 45 caliber come up and go, and it's Bushwick Bill, and he goes, "Bring the fat white boy back. Shut the fuck up, nigga." All right, and he was about to shoot that man, okay? Because that's how gangster and fucked up this guy was. And they was like, okay, well, fuck it. Okay, where I'll be. I had nothing fucking left. What the fuck? How can you follow what you just did? I had nothing at all. I'm like, man, I love those midgets, they've always got your back up to here. All right. And I got the fuck out. I was so scared. I'm like, he's already pulled a gun once. He's going to shoot me for making a midget joke at him. But he loved it because he was all fucked up and falling over and shit. It was crazy, man. Midgets, when they pass out, they just kind of like, weeble wobbles, and then they go, okay? Because that big ass, okay? You never hung out with no midgets like this?
Fuck no,
dude, no, me, I like them. They're good people.
Let's read these
Shit
sponsors
happens.
and get the fuck out of here.
Word to that. Great church, by the way. Thank you for having me, Coco.
Midgets getting fucked up on call. I want to drink what black people are drinking now. I saw it on Drugs Inc.
What is it?
That shit they drink in Memphis and the South.
What is it?
It's like a liquid codeine, and they mix it with Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah, the syrup. Yeah, that's the exact same thing they were doing.
It's just you mix codeine with a drink.
No, what you do is it's cough syrup. It's cough syrup. And from
I never got
prescription.
fucked up on that stuff.
Well,
I drank NyQuil as a kid. As a kid, I discovered NyQuil when I was like 9. I remember they would help you fall asleep. Oh, so I liked it, but I didn't like the feeling in the morning.
I've never chugged codeine, but it's great just to have it's like a joint. It's like a
Codeine
joint.
pills get my. I'm a dentist.
Dude, I get so fucking. I can't eat that shit.
My stomach.
My fucking little pooper gets worn out. I can't shit, and it's miserable. Fuck that. I don't do none of that shit no more, man.
I drink some of that cough medicine and shit one night.
Dude, you don't want to.
Records and shit.
Oh, man, that's what we used to do. Play slow
Bring
records.
the horse in this motherfucker one time. Bring it back. Bring the horse in this motherfucker one time.
Hey, Lee, put this song on. Okay, this is a great song.
Hold on, we got to get the fuck out of here. We'll put some songs and get the fuck out of here.
Word to that.
Let's do this real quick. For 9,000 years, that's how long humans been making wine. That's also how long they've been confused about which wine to drink. Some people get a headache after they drink wine. I used to get a headache. One time I shoplifted a bottle of wine from Albertsons across from Hudson County Park, and I drank it with Diddy Quintero and Louis Castellino, and I had a headache for 2 fucking days. But for many of us, it's a shopping part that causes a real headache. You got too many choices. You don't know what to do. People coming over, they're serving chicken, they're serving lobster, and sometimes you go down there and wine's expensive. You went in there to buy a 20, next thing you know you're dropping 60, and you got no guarantee of what you're gonna buy, right? Let me tell you something. It's overwhelming to pick out a good bottle of wine sometimes, especially with people who don't know it. Your own personal experience learning about wine and why haven't you bothered to learn about wine, that type of stuff. This is what we're gonna do. I joined a new wine club. It's called Club W. They changed the whole game. It's easy. You go to clubw.com and you answer 6 questions. The algorithm, Grim, whatever you say, algorithm creates a palette profile just for you. I don't know where the card is right now. It's pretty cool, man. If you ever seen anything like this, Club W is leading the grape to glass wine revolution. What means is they cut out the middleman. They work directly for the vineyards, and they cut the guy out, which in turn saves you some do-re-mi. So with Club W's, you get premium wine customized to your taste at a third of what you pay for at a store when you don't even know what the hell you're paying for.
Yeah, you're not buying like, it's not like a club where they send you other companies' wines. These are their wines. Like, you're not going to see these wines anywhere else.
But the most interesting thing is going to their webpage. When you go to clubw.com, you go on their page and they have all these videos, informative videos, and they tell you what wines you drink, you take the test, and next thing you know, you're involved. Which, when you don't know about that, listen, man, I grew up in a bar. I don't know nothing about wine. So when I went to Club W, I was blown away by how much interaction you have. They'll put it down to the exact thing. I mean, the nut, the grape, where it came from, the vineyard. Anyway, what they do is they save you money. It comes down to maybe $13 a bottle of wine or something like that. And there's even a no-risk, 100% guarantee that you'll love when they send you. So do me a favor right now. What they're doing is, for all the listeners, is they're offering 50% off your first order when you go to clubw.com/Joey. So do you understand me? 50% off your first order when you go to clubw.com/Joey. And this is not like fucking Columbia House, where they send you records every month, even if you don't want them. No, you order what you want.
Right.
So if you think you need 3 bottles, you order 3 bottles. It's $13 a bottle. They get delivered to your door, and it's exactly what you like, what you're guaranteed to love, or you get 100% money back guarantee. So again, do me a favor. You get 50% off your first order. Go to clubw.com/Joey. Stop wasting time and stop losing money at these retail stores and start drinking wine you know you're going to love. So go to clubw.com/Joey to get your 50% off, all right?
I'm doing it just to get this to Thanksgiving parties.
You and Paul
no, but I'm just saying, like, let's say you have to bring stuff to a party.
Yeah, man.
Just get 3 bottles of wine, and then you're gonna have to go to at least.
This town takes a whole week off. There's parties every night.
We're off until the start of the new year now. When I used to work in TV, a little bit of work, not really.
Yeah.
Until Thanksgiving, it's gonna be busy. But then after that,
they're out. Everybody's skiing.
Yep.
That's good to know. Anyway, let me tell you something. I tell you once, I'm going into a heavy season now. I go into like 6 weeks of flying. So this whole thing, dog, I got my on it. I always slam without me. What's the one I take? The Immune, the Shroom Tech Immune. Let me tell you something. Those planes are filthy. Those planes are filthy. If you think you get off a plane, they steam it with chemicals and they wipe down nothing. In my bag, there's a fucking deodorizer. I got a hand sanitizer to wipe everything. That's the first thing I do when I sit down now. I don't want somebody else's ass on my ass that I'm sticking like their fucking ass. You got to wipe those fucking seats down. So do me a favor. It's just bad. When you fly, there's a lot of human contact this time of the year. Do yourself a favor. Go to onnit.com. Get the Shroom Tech Immune. You boost up your immune system when you have a lot of human contact. When you're flying, we're out. We're smoking dope with different people. You hit a vapor pen. You know, you get sick this time of the year, you lose fucking thousands of dollars, especially you, Ralph and me. I can't afford to fucking get sick. I can't. So I don't take a chance. I up my vitamin C when I fly, and I also take Shroom Tech Immune. But that's not only the only thing fucking on it's got. They got Shroom Tech Sport, which gives you more endurance when you roll, lift weights, walk, whatever the fuck you want to do. Even when you fly, it opens you up. They have Strong Bone. They have the hemp protein powder, and they got Alpha Brain. You know, and with 100% money back guarantee. The nootropics, it's off the fucking charts. So do yourself a favor. Go to onnit.com right now and press in. Church. Boom! And get 10% off your first order. And if you get it sent right to your fucking door, you don't have to leave the house. You don't have to go to Whole Foods. You don't have to do nothing. Where do you press in, Lee? Church. Beautiful. Number 2, hitty6.com. What did your dad say?
He loves them. He says that because we say it's 5 for $50. It's half off. They're usually 20. Because it's usually like $20.
They're 20 a piece. You get right now, Hitty Cigs, tremendous. 1,200 guaranteed puffs right here. I'm smoking the reefer, but right here, my little fucking cigar here, I'm living like a doctor. I'm like Pacino and Godfather too. You just don't even fucking know it.
You broke my heart, Fred.
HittyCigs.com right now. They got the tobacco, they got the cigar, all right? Then they have the tobacco line, a cigarette line. It's 24, 16, 8, and 0 milligrams of nicotine. You can quit smoking with it, whatever the fuck you want to do.
My dad likes the flavors too.
And the flavors, you could switch it up. Go to HittyCigs.com and press in
Joey's Church.
Boom! And get 5 for 50, which is 50% off. NailedItLife.com, the Vapor Kings. You want a vapor pen, you like smoking, you like doing this, you want to see the double, go to NailedItLife.com right now. What are they running, Lee? Tell them.
When you use code Joey Diaz, you're going to get 20% off the premier vapor pen on the market for all the oil and wax smokers out there. And if you live in California, they are also the makers of Los Guinness.
There you go.
Joey?
So listen, do yourself a favor. Please support Nailed It Life. Please support Hitty Cigs. Please support Honor. And please go to Club W. It's the holiday season. It's beautiful. Wine delivered to your door. That's perfect for you. I'm here to save you guys money. I'm not trying to fucking sell you no junk or nothing like that. Don't forget my main man is where the Nokia Theater.
I'm at the
Friday
on Friday night.
Go to RalphieMay.com.
Yes, for tickets.
Go to RalphieMay.com for everything. Go see if he's coming to your fucking neighbor.
I'll pay there soon. Trust me.
You don't want to miss this fucking
I go
beauty.
everywhere.
I'm in Portland Thursday through Sunday, and I'm in New Jersey next week at the Stress Factory. All right, guys?
Hey, I love that club, man. And maybe those boys from Rutgers come out, man. I like those guys.
And thank you for coming on. We got
hey,
fucked
Church,
up
you know what?
That hash fucked me up.
Coco,
fucked up.
Coco, you know, there's cameras and microphones here, but at the base of it, it's back 16, 17 years, 1440. Me and you, my little glass table sitting by the window, you know.
Cracking fucking joke.
Cracking fucking jokes.
Only Lee's here. That's
Only
it.
Hilly? Yeah.
How you feeling,
He's the
my
only
brother?
audience we've ever had.
I'm good.
And that's what Coco brought up at church. What's happening now? Made me a deacon. Okay, you'd have been there. You'd have been right there with us, Lee.
15 years ago.
I'm proud to have you, sir.
Gumbo. Close it up, Lee. Thank you, Ralphie, for coming on.
Coco,
Don't forget,
I love you.
Friday night, no
Anything for you, brother.
I love you, cocksuckers.
I love you. Thank you, sir. And thank y'all for having me on. I really appreciate it if you stuck around. And I know I get long-winded and I'm annoying when I laugh, so I apologize if I love you. But I love him and he makes me cry laughing, so I'm sorry. Bye.
So people love you on the wood.
Oh, that's so nice. They were fun.
This show was brought to you by Club W. Go to clubw.com/Joey to get 50% off of your first order. That's right. You go to clubw.com to get 50% off your first order. I'll just do this later. What do you want to close this, guys?
That's what
What's up? You going back to the hotel?
Yeah.
We were talking about David Allen Greer. If you have not watched the Carmichaels, what's the name?
Yeah, Carmichael. The Carmichael Show.
He plays the father, and it's like, listen, a player comes into the league, they make a big wahoo about him when he's 21. He wins Rookie of the Year. For 3 years, he does really well. Then he gets hurt for 2 years. And then his wife leaves him, and he fucks the maid. So for 4 years, yeah, he bats .261, and he gets his 31 home runs. But it's not, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, one day he turns 30. He turns 30, and now he meets some fucking white woman. Something happened. That's what happened to me. I met a great little white woman. Everything's fine.
Everything changed.
And all of a sudden, bro, you go from hitting .261 to hitting .361, and nobody could figure it out. And it's because, you know what, man? Anything you do in life is peaks and valleys. But there comes to a point when everything you're doing is good. And if you watch that, that's what happened to David Allen Greer.
But see, I don't even know if that happened to him or if he just didn't get that shot. There was a period where, because if you look at his career and look at what he's done, forget about A Living Color because he killed that.
No, that was 20 years.
He killed that.
Just to be around 20 years later.
But even look at early movies like, did you see Jumanji when he played the cop against Robin Williams. How long ago was that?
That's a long
and you just or Boomerang.
He was
Boomerang, and you're like, why didn't he get more? You know, it wasn't like he did anything wrong. Like, who knows how Hollywood works? But why didn't he get any movies for that period? But and the other thing about David Alan Grier, he can kill it on either end, right? He can be funny, but then he can be real, you know. And now he's killing on the Carmichaels. And then he's going to do the Wiz live on TV. Like, you know how scary that shit is to be live on TV doing a musical. Like, how easy is that to fuck up?
Now, who else is in the Wiz?
I think Queen Latifah is going to be in it, and then I don't know who else is doing it, but they're redoing it live on. But yeah, Dad kills it. You know what? Where I had the most respect for him after he did Living Color. I don't know if he was a stand-up or if he did it, but he was like, he used to come to the Laugh Factory and just like work out, like play. And he said, man, they offered me a lot of money to do this shit. I got to learn how to do this shit. And I respected the fact that he said that and did that. Like, he became a good stand-up, because how many people would just ride on the TV fame and not give a shit about being funny? You know what I mean? Like, he came off the biggest show in the 90s, right? So he could have just gone on stage and said, hi, I'm David Alan Grier, and talk shit for 20 minutes, and they give him $50,000. But he actually worked at becoming a great stand-up. So I got mad.
Well, if you watch him on the Carmichaels, one thing comes to mind, that he's a student of the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when you have there's two types of people that come and get a check, and there's people that are students of the fucking game. They're the ones that you see on the sitcom 8 years ago, and all of a sudden they pop them in a movie and they kill it on something. You're like, damn. You thought that guy disappeared. Then you look up what he's been doing. He's been in France playing the bongos for a band. And that's what you do. Instead of fighting against the wave. See, a lot of people come off a TV show and they're like, where's my shot?
Mm-hmm.
You just made $10 million in syndication. Go.
Yeah.
Go away. Go learn how to play the fucking drums. Go do something. Because whatever they give you, you're going to force that hand. Unless you're the chick from Seinfeld or the chick from The Sopranos, the mother.
Right.
Like, they went right into another sitcom, syndicated that motherfucker. Here's another paycheck for you. The chick from Seinfeld.
No, I'll tell you the one. Katie Segal from Married with Children.
That's right.
Has never not been on TV. Since that show, she's never not been on TV. She did Married with Children. Then she was the voice on that cartoon, Futurama. And then she had like, Sons of Anarchy. And she had something else. Wasn't she on the John Ritter series when John Ritter had his second
I don't know.
TV? Yeah, she's never been off TV since Married with Children.
That's 30 fucking years,
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
And listen, that's a career. That's what people do.
That's a career.
That's what people do. And you have to figure that you get that much better. Can you imagine Katie Segal on the screen on the set of Sons of Anarchy? She knew the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
You walk, listen, man, I'm going to tell you something. You know, I'm honest with Lee. I tell you how it is. I got here to town. I was never an extra. You know, I just never saw the fucking thing for it. People kept coming up to me, man, we could put you in an extra. And I was like, I ain't coming to be a motherfucking extra. Let me try this stand-up shit out, and then I'll get back to you. And then you book shit, you know, and that was 1997, you know, the first time I booked a movie. I'm going to tell you, just for people at home, the first time I booked a movie, I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. And I'm telling you both to your face. You know what movie it was? It was Basketball.
Yeah.
The movie with the fucking dudes from South Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're riding on this fame, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what the fuck am I doing? I got to roller skate, you know, and all this shit. And finally I told them I ain't roller skating. But the day they called me, I ain't going to lie to nobody in this room. I didn't know action. I didn't know cut. I didn't know step on your mark. They kept saying, step on your mark. What are you talking about? What mark? What is this, a fucking race? I don't see no fucking marks here. Well, I didn't know Alonzo, nothing.
You know how I learned all that shit?
Tell me.
My first job, my day job, I used to be in airplanes. I used to be in airplanes. I was an airplane mechanic. Then I started doing stand-up. I said, I'm not going to work on planes again. I just made a promise to myself, because if I did that, then I'd go back to it, you know, because it was money. Right, it was too easy. So my boy was working on the show Power Rangers, on the kids show. And he calls me up and he says, hey, man, can you drive a U-Haul? And I was like, yeah. He said, all right, that's the same size as a camera truck. I'm hiring you to drive the camera truck. And he got me on the show And because I was on the crew, and you drive the truck and you park it, you know how it works.
Yeah, that's it.
Then drivers sit around all day, and I learned what everybody does. Like I was like that. That's when I learned. Like at the end of the movie, when you see all those crazy credits, best boy, key grip, key makeup.
What the fuck is a best boy?
Right. The best boy is the assistant to the key grip.
What's a key grip?
The key grip is the main grip, the main guy. He's the key guy.
I thought the director was the main guy.
No, of the grips. The grips is like
sound,
a crew.
right? Is it lighting or sound?
No, grips are the guys who set up everything. Like when they say we're moving the scenes and they got to move lights and electrical shit and all that, move the cameras and block. That's all the grips. And then, you know why they call them grips? Because they grip shit. They grab it. Like I'm telling you, I learned all of this shit just hanging around the set, talking to people, watching people, and you learn what they do. And that's how I learned everything about production. I learned being a truck driver on the production.
Alonzo, I knew, and this is for people at home, just so you know. Like once I got basketball, I didn't know dick. Then I shot Bronx County.
Yeah.
And I didn't know dick. But the one that became evident, and then after that, I went on the road for like 10 months, came back and got into an acting class. Now, the acting class helped me, and then I booked a recurring plumber on an NBC show with a bunch of stars, kids. The kid from, was it Anger Management? No, one of those Adam Sandler movies that he played the steroid kid when he's in Hawaii. And he plays the brother to the fucking girl that's half retarded, and Adam Sandler's dating her. Whatever. You didn't watch that movie with Adam Sandler?
I know that movie.
You watch all that shit. Movie. You never watched that one?
Oh, 51st Dates?
51st Dates. The white kid, he was in the show. It was Stars Kids. It was Belafonte. Belafonte's daughter was on the show. Somebody else's daughter was on the show. Oh, my God. It was fucking amazing. No, Sidney Poitier's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Sidney fucking Poitier's daughter was on the show. So I'm working with all these star shows. I'm the plumber. I booked episode 6, 7, and 8. Alonzo was going to change my fucking career. I was already telling motherfuckers, listen, in 4 or 5 weeks, I'm bumping you, motherfucker.
Right? Isn't that how it feels, though? Whenever you get it, you feel like, yep, this is it.
Because when I came here in 1997, they go, here's the deal. You got on a TV show as a plumber. You do 4, 5, 6 episodes. Next thing you know, you're selling tickets. You go on the road.
Yeah.
You make money. Okay, so I get here. I shoot a fucking movie. It comes out. I get nothing. Nobody comes to see me. Then I shoot a pilot. It's going to be the biggest pilot in CBS history. It don't get picked up. How the fuck do you go from giving the director $1 million? It's gonna compete with NYPD Blue, and then it just don't get picked up.
That's how this business works. That's how this business works.
So now, boom, I pick up Mad TV. I still nothing crack-a-lack. So just some people go, hey, you were funny on Mad TV. But then all of a sudden I got a call from NBC, go down there on a Monday. I didn't want to go down there. I'm like, I don't want to go down there, play no fucking Mexican plumber. And I walk in, and the lady's like, what's the problem? I don't want to come read for this. You're not going to give me. This is a waste of my time. And she goes, read the thing. And I read it. And she's like, read it again. You got to call back on Monday, the producers. Next time, come in here with a better attitude. And I booked it. So now I got this fucking thing. And Alonzo, I swear to God, this is my 3rd job in LA. I got a SAG card.
Yeah.
So for you people at home that think that we're pulling miracles, and when you see this fucking dude on TV, I got hired. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing, guys. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I remember them saying, Joey, some action cut, something about the line, the mark, and then finally somebody pulled me over and they're like, you did great in the audition. What the hell's going on with you? And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. They go, all right, they broke it down. And after that, I was good to go and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know nothing. Here I got 3 episodes on this NBC show. I didn't know nothing, Alonzo.
And nobody teaches you. They just assume when you walk in. You know, you're good at the hard part. The hard part is the audition. Once you get the job, you can do the job, and they'll work with you to do. But the hard part is that audition in the room. And I can't audition for shit.
You ever go to court?
Court? Yeah.
You ever go in front of a judge?
Yeah.
It's a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. The suspense. Same thing with an audition. See, I got good at auditions. I'm going to court.
See,
that's Uncle Joey.
I should have went to court more often.
Yeah, that's the Uncle Joey. It's the same difference, right?
Hey, kids, one more reason to break the law.
No.
You want an acting career? You want an acting career?
No.
You drop out of school and start stealing
Can you
shit right now.
fucking believe that shit?
For the late night TV
I just made it. Hey, just petty shit though. You don't want to do time.
Shit.
You want to be in front of them.
It's hilarious how it's the same thing. When I go to fucking audition and they make me sit outside, every minute I'm sitting there, I'm boiling.
I never heard that before.
I'm boiling. I start boiling in line. And I look at the people and I'll see somebody that's a star in a movie, like he did a big movie. Yeah. And then I start feeling bad about myself. Right? I'm like, oh, fuck. This guy probably went to Juilliard. I learned how to do comedy in a fucking halfway house and ran a Chubbuck in the Comedy Store. You just watching trains, planes, and automobiles and Sanford and Son. And all of a sudden you start getting these doubts, and all of a sudden my blood pressure starts going up, dog. And I'm like, you know what? I followed Paul Mooney for 2 years at the store at midnight. I did halftime of Buffalo Sabre game. You survived that shit, you can survive anything. Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck this bitch. That's how I got Spider-Man 2. Yeah. I almost had a nervous breakdown in the auditioning room with Spider-Man 2. It went into overtime. Mm-hmm. You ever go to an audition, they're like, we're running late, and you're like 4:45, and you're still there at 6 o'clock. I got so pissed from being there late. I'm thinking about the 405 traffic. I'm boiling. Then Paulie walks in from The Sopranos. The big guy from Ocean's 11. So I waited all the way here to 6 o'clock for these motherfuckers to walk in and bump me at the audition. When Paulie from The Sopranos walked out, I had a Yankee hat on. And that lady goes, Joey Diaz, you ready to read this? I go, yeah. And I was so fucking pissed that when I went back, I knocked the couch over. So she goes, do it again. And I go, you want me to knock the couch over? She goes, fuck yeah, let the director see what I just saw. The next day, boom. Spider-Man 2. Bam. And I got so pissed, Alonzo, from being there, like it was 4:45. Yeah. And Sony. Yeah. You know what's going to Sony's like, dog. Getting out of fucking Sony, National Avenue there. Yeah. So usually
especially at 6 o'clock.
Oh my God, but you know what? Your Uncle Joey, you make a right and go on to Venice and get some Cuban food on Versailles. Get the number 25. The carne con papa. Fuck yeah. What the fuck are you going to do in Venice? Go up against traffic? You get stuck down in Venice Boulevard, you're deep. Where do you live? You live up here?
I live up here.
Oh, yeah. So you're deep. You get stuck down there at 4:45. What are you going to do? Sit in your car and call your agent, tell them how you know what? Let me go to Versailles. Let me at least make the fucking ride. It's like in the old days when I made you go to Abbott Kenny and down there. They had a pizza on bagel.
Yeah, I haven't tried it.
Oh, shit. This is 15 years ago, Lee. Don't
it's still there. I
know it's still there, but this is when Venice Boulevard was dead. Yeah. I shot a Taco Bell commercial the summer of 98, and they go, if you don't want to eat this shit, walk down and get a piece of pizza. And I almost died. It was delicious. So every time I got a call, in those days, there was 2 offices in Abbott Kenny. They used to always call me in. So that's what you do. What time's your audition? 11:30. Perfect. I got lunch down at Abbott Kenny. I had 2 slices of pizza and a Coke and shit.
Yeah, the funniest, the 2 auditions I knew where it was just I was laughing about how wrong it was. One of them, this had to be 98, 99. I'm at NBC. They want moving men. Big guy. That's all it says, right? Big guy.
What year was this?
It's 98, 99, something like that. Back then.
Was Steve McGrew?
I don't know, but I'm in the waiting room. Michael Clark Duncan walks in. Michael Clark Duncan, 6'9", 320, like he had like 20-inch biceps. Like you know what I'm talking about, Green Mile. So I was like,
this is before Green Mile?
This is before Green Mile. This is before he's done anything. Nobody knows who he is. But I'm sitting in the waiting room and we're looking around and I went to the receptionist, why are we here? Like you said, big guy. What did you see? What the fuck walked in? I said I could play the big guy's bitch, and she was just cracking up. I said, did you see the size of that guy who just walked in? And he was laughing. He was laughing. It was like, why are we even here when he just walked in? And then there was another one that I went up for, and it was like it was a cop or it was something, one of those roles. I get called in for that, and the brother came in who had been the chief of police on NYPD Blue. Remember the black guy?
Yeah.
Played that role?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
why are we here? Yeah.
I tell dick jokes. Like that. Yeah. That's a fucking actor, right? Like, you know what I mean? When you sit there, when you're looking like, that's an actor. That guy's for real. That guy did it. Like what, but you go in and you take a shot, right? You never know.
Did you take acting lessons?
Yeah, I took some acting lessons.
How long?
actually for about a year and a half, I had a great acting teacher. Her name's Janet Alhante, and Janet's thing was she would take people from one thing and train them to do something else. Like she trained Meatloaf for what was that fucking movie? The Fight Club. And she worked with like models when they wanted a model to become an actress or whatever. So she was good. She knew how to work with comedians. But the cool thing about her, you know how you get some of these acting coaches that are like, all right, you're a comedian. I don't want you to do comedy. I want you to do drama or whatever, because and she was like, no, she said, look, you can do some comedy because it's what you do. But she had me doing Othello, which that was the thing that blew my mind, because like I had never thought of doing Shakespeare, and she pushed me to that level. But then what happened was stand-up started to get real hot. This was in the days of Dublin's, right? Then I went into Last Comic Standing, and she said, look, that's what you're doing. She said, you are so deep into that. You know how they talk. She's like, your muscle is all work in comedy now. So if you want to do this, come back to this. But for now, just do that. Because the other problem was, in acting class, you got to work scenes with people, right? Well, if you're doing stand-up and you're traveling every week, you can't rehearse with people. You can't do. So now I'm doing monologues and shit. And I'm kind of like, why am I paying you to do monologues when I do a monologue every night? She was great though. She was cool. But I got one of the things you learn as an actor is, we were talking about this before, you learn respect for great actors. Like people who watch a movie, watch a TV show, but don't see it made, don't understand what a great actor is. But when you get, like we were talking about, Fishburne or Don Cheadle, or now you got Idris Elba, and you got Denzel, these brothers can do, like when they do a scene, when they bring that emotion, people don't see, they brought that emotion 9 times. You know what I mean? With take 1, take 2.
Not to interrupt you, Idris Elba is the dude that Denzel shoots in American Gangster down the block?
No, Idris Elba is the brother who was, he started with The Wire. He was Stringer Bell on The Wire. All right. And what was he in? I don't even know what he was in most recently.
He's been in a bunch of stuff recently.
He works a ton. He was in that Pacific Rim movie with the robots. He does all kind of stuff. He did a great series in the UK called Luther. It was a British series, because he's a British actor.
No shit.
Who plays a black American. Like he can switch between, Brit and America. But
so who was the dude he shot in that scene that came in?
I can't remember. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember
because
who that guy was.
He's one of those dudes that if you grew up in that area, I saw that.
When was it in American Gangster?
In America, when he comes into the diner the first time and breaks his balls, and then he goes, from now on you got to pay this, and he goes, listen, that's more than I was paying, whatever. And then finally he goes up to him with a jar and puts on the street, and he goes, if I don't have my money, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. And he goes right here in front of everybody on 150, bam! And he fucking shoots him.
That was when because Denzel would have breakfast in that diner every morning. And he like took his napkin off, folded it.
Tremendous.
Just walked outside to the next block, blasted him, and nobody said shit.
In 1970, if you know that neighbor, those people, by the time the cops came, that body would be stiff, bleeding. Nobody saw fucking nothing beautiful. But what that dude, when I heard him talk to first, because when I saw him, I go, that dude's beautiful. He's 140.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's
and then he did a movie with a white chick. He was fucking the white chick, and the wife and him. Beyonce. Beyonce played the fucking wife.
That's Idris Elba. But that's Idris. I don't think Idris Elba was in American Gangster.
Yeah.
Was it him?
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Fuck yeah. He keeps going up to him and fucking with him a little bit. Oh, first at the party. That's when the shit started. When he put the drink on the table. And Denzel came over, wiped it, and put the drink on the fucking coaster. That's when it started. And then he said something to him. Why don't you go over there and get me a drink or something?
See if
he had been fucking with Denzel for a while.
He was Tango.
Tango, you know that's unreasonable. Yeah. Tango, yes, he's tremendous.
Yeah,
what fucked me up is that dude, when I heard him talk off camera, he's British. And it fucked me up. With all the black dudes we got out of work here, they got to go over to the fucking island. They got a black motherfucker, That shit kills me. Because that's all you need. You could be from New York and just come up with a chip, chally ho and tell them you're black. And from England, they'll suck your dick. They'll jump up and down. Regular black kinfolk get no love. But you show up with
Charlie Ho.
Chip Charlie Ho, and you used to hang out with Seal, and next thing you know, everybody's sucking your dick. They got fucking cuts. What's up, Alonzo?
Man.
It's good to have you in here. It's good to have
Chip
some fucking
Charlie Ho. I think that's the only thing I'm taking from this podcast.
Chip Charlie Ho. The fuck? So you're a Queens boy, born and
I'm a
raised.
Queens boy, St. Albans, Queens.
Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
St. Albans, Queens. Absolutely.
Grew up a Met fan. We were talking about the Mets the other night.
Literally, let me tell you how literally I grew up with the Mets. Me and the Mets were both born in Queens in 1962. That's how tied I am to the Mets. When I was a kid, we used to go to Met games all the time.
How much would
And,
tell these people, tell America, the fucking Dodgers want to raise their ticket prices again. I saw it this morning. I'm like, families can't go to a game. How many people in your family?
There were 5 of us.
And everybody
And
went
back
to the
then,
game.
back then it was what, $5 or $8 or something
And you
like
brought your
that.
glove.
You go to
You had a
games.
fantasy, you're like,
Yeah,
catch a
you're
ball.
never gonna catch the ball.
Fuck
You
no.
ain't sitting in box seats.
Fuck no.
You remember back in the day when you walked in a stadium, you always look for the stairs going up. Me and my boy, we joke about that now because I go to a lot of Clipper games, and it's like, man, remember back in the day we used to just walk in and you didn't even look down. You knew you were going up 7 flights of stairs.
I couldn't do that shit today. I could not do that shit.
Now you go down toward the floor. You're like, yeah, we living good. But yeah, man, I used to do that. St. Albans. This is a funny thing about St. Albans. It's funny you was playing 50 at the beginning. I tell everybody, like, St. Albans wasn't the hood till 50 Cent said it was the hood. Like, dude, we were just a working class black neighborhood. Like, my boys who are from the South Bronx, from up in Harlem, from Brooklyn, shit like, they were like, man, you lived in the suburbs. You had a fucking lawn. You had a garage in the back of the house. Like, yeah, I
Is
know.
that what 50's from?
I know.
Queens?
I don't know where he's from, but
That's where he got shot.
He got shot there. Yeah, he got shot there. But yeah. So mine and the other, there's a nicer part of St. Albans, not the part I lived in, but there's another part where back when shit was segregated, it was where rich black people lived. So James Brown had a house there. Willie Mays had a house there. Miles Davis, I think his wife had a house. You know what I mean? It was literally where black celebrities lived because they weren't allowed to live in the white areas. So there was I didn't live in that part of St. Albans, but there was a part where these houses were like fucking mansions, But yeah, that's where I grew up. And then came here when I was 18. Came here 2 weeks after high school.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, 2 weeks after high
Oh, I
school.
want to go back to some of you. 69 Mets. You were there?
I wasn't at the game, but I absolutely remember.
At
69, yeah. Ed Cranepool, Ron Swoboda, Tommy Agee, Cleon Jones, Seaver, and the worst trade ever in the history of baseball. Well, no, second worst trade after Babe Ruth. This Nolan Ryan kid's kind of wild. We get rid of his ass. Remember? Nolan Ryan was a Met. Ryan was a Met.
Who did they get for him?
Exactly. I don't know. But Nolan Ryan had a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but you never knew where it was going to go. But then he left and he went to the Angels, and 5 no-hitters later, they were like, man, we probably should have kept that Ryan kid.
I go back with the Mets, like the Mets, and my mom was Cuban, so the baseball vibe was alive in the house. At the bar she had, it was the argument of the day. It was the argument of the day. Fuck you. So, I go back at Cranepool, Tug McGraw.
Yeah.
The fucking Met she hated the most was a guy by the name of George Theodore, the Stork.
Yeah.
He played the outfield, and his career ended because he banged heads. He either fucking banged his head against the wall or I remember I had the chicken pox that week. He was tall and lanky. The Mets were, I don't know.
The best Met game I ever went to, and I'll always remember, I was at the game. It was a Mother's Day when Willie Mays came back. When Willie Mays came back from the Giants and he played for the Mets, and he hit a home run, and the stadium didn't cheer; they cried. It was like Willie's home. That was. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget when he hit that home run. Everybody just fucking lost it.
I remember Willie Mays coming back to the Mets.
The most fun Met that I love. Me and my brother still talk about him. Dave Kingman. Remember Dave Kingman? Big white guy.
Fuck yeah. He's a strike out on it. He got traded to Chicago.
He got traded to
Chicago later on.
He'd strike out 45 times, and in the 46th time, he'd hit a home run 600 feet.
Oh, my God.
When Kingman hit shit kept going. I couldn't catch a fly ball. Never forget, there was an announcer one time, Kingman was in the outfield, and they were playing the clip. They said, today, Dave Kingman was attacked by a fly ball. They show him looking. But, man, when Con Kingman hit the ball, I mean, that shit was like, it was tape measure. He could hit a baseball 500 to 600 feet. And it was just, and you loved it. But the Mets, that was always the Mets, right? The Yankees were always solid. The Mets always had characters.
So why did you guys choose the Mets over the Yankees?
Because it was where you grew up in New York.
What's the
I grew up in Queens, and the Mets were in Queens.
My mom was in Manhattan, but then we grew up in Jersey. But my mom was always a Met fan.
Yeah.
The house was supposed to be a Met Red Sox house. My house was by law, because that's how most houses are. The Cuban houses, you're supposed to like. I wasn't a Met fan. Because my mom was too much of a Met fan. I didn't want to jump on board. But I liked, like, Tug McGraw was my favorite Met.
Mm-hmm.
Tug McGraw used to fucking hit his glove and shit. Did you ever anybody see the Rocket pitch live?
Yeah.
When you see the Rocket pitch live, the big white dude that got traded to Boston, you really get to see. You don't see that on the camera. He pitched something completely different than what you saw on your home TV. The Rocket, what's his name?
Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens used to fuck with batters.
Clemens was old school.
Old school.
Tough. And Clemens, he's the one who punked the Mets. He punked Mike Piazza in the 2000 World Series, and that changed the whole thing. When he threw the ball at Piazza, and Piazza didn't rush the mound, when Clemens stood up there like, fuck you gonna do? And Piazza dropped his bat and went to first base, and Piazza was the leader of the Mets. He was the best hitter on the team. Then the whole shit went, and then it was literally like Roger was like, I got you. Like that was he was supposed to rush the mound. Roger Clemens was that old school, like back then, they didn't fuck around. They'd throw that shit right at your head and stand there and look at what the fuck you gonna do. And if you didn't rush them or throw a bat,
lost the war. You lost the war.
It was all psychological.
I saw him pitch when he was in Boston. I saw him here one time, a couple against the Dodgers. I don't know who he was with. We played against the Dodgers, and I didn't see it that time. When he went to Houston, my friend had tickets behind the fucking mound, the catcher's plate. And Lee, the shit he would do, he would walk towards you and then walk back and not fucking break contact with you shit.
I grew up hating him.
When
I grew up, he had already left the Red Sox. He was out there. When I started like paying attention to baseball, he was with the Yankees.
And he was killing them.
Oh,
yeah. But I'm gonna tell you,
I used to hate him.
I'll tell you,
he was so good.
I'll tell you who was better and who would have been. There's two players that would have been first ballot Hall of Fame: Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
And Dwight Gooden, he only had two pitches. He was like, "Look, I'm gonna throw you either fastball or a curve, and you are not going to be able to hit him." What was his rookie season? He was like 20-3 or something.
How old was he?
He said he was 19.
19, ladies and gentlemen.
And he was
19.
Dwight Gooden was the most, but cocaine fucked him up. But he was better than Clemens when they both pitched. When he wasn't fucked up,
all right,
he was better.
So his rookie year, 1984.
Wow,
he was 17-9 with a 2.6 ERA. 7 complete games, 3 shutouts. He had.
They wouldn't allow that now. Now they'd be like, "Oh, your 100 pitches, you got to sit down." 7 complete games,
218 innings, 276 strikeouts.
Baseball's changed.
Yeah,
like
changed.
everything else.
Yeah,
changed. The NBA changed.
The strategy of the game has changed. But Dwight Gooden.
But for a 19-year-old rookie,
Dwight Gooden was amazing. Dwight Gooden was like.
What did we just witness last week? What did we just witness with the 6 games we witnessed? How many games did they play? 5, 6?
I got to say, it was 5. My brother called it. My brother said, man, the Mets can't catch the ball. He said, it's going to fucking catch up. He said, sooner or later, it's going to catch up to him. And when first you had the bad omen was Cespedes on the first hit into the outfield when Cespedes misplayed it and it was an inside the park home run. That was kind of like God saying, "Yeah, this ain't gonna go well."
No, let me ask you something.
But then you had Daniel Murphy. Ball goes through his legs because he doesn't get. But it was fundamental shit. The ball went through his legs because he didn't get the glove on the ground. Like when you're a little league kid, what do they teach you? Get in front of the ball, put your glove on.
Put your knee down.
You had blocked the ball. Then you had Cespedes kicking shit in the outfield.
And they loved Cespedes throughout the season.
Yeah.
Cespedes
was great. Cespedes was great, but Cespedes thing, he doesn't dive for the ball. He reaches for the ball. So if you reach for it and you miss, the shit's going to then a single turns into a double or a triple, and that's what killed the Mets. And KC, the respect I give KC is every time the Mets made a mistake, KC scored. KC never let
KC or manager?
I don't know who.
Cincinnati Reds.
Think so?
75. Listen, some things get forgotten. When I was growing up, you go to Kung Fu, the first thing they teach is a sweep. You set the guy up with 2 sidekicks. Now the guy's looking for sidekicks, and all of a sudden you do a spinning thing. He goes for the sidekick, and you take his front leg out, and he's on his fucking head. Everybody was doing that. That's what you practice, just spinning around the fucking floor and sweeping motherfuckers. They don't do that no more. Well, guess what else people don't do in baseball no more? The most important thing in baseball is me, with my mind. The first thing I do if I get a baseball team is the first guy has to fucking hit singles, and he has to learn, and he has to steal a.k.a. Joe Morgan. Yeah. This is the blueprint.
Ricky Henderson.
This is the fucking blueprint. Yeah. I need somebody who's going to torment pitches. Listen, I remember, and I tell Lee all the time, there's a classic Cincinnati Red game on classic ESPN where you could see when they took the pitcher out against the Reds. Like after the lineup had been up against them 2 times. Like the Reds would take you 2 times. You'd see the same batter 2 times. That's unheard of in an inning. And it was all done with bunts and steals and stupidity. Nobody was hitting home runs for the Reds. Eric Foster, whatever. George Foster. Nobody was a home run hitter. Pete Rose was no home run hitter.
Johnny Bench could hit it.
Johnny Bench could hit a home run. That's it. Plummer was no home run. Tony Perez was. Yeah. Geronimo wasn't. They just hit and steal, and they stole. And they tormented you till the pitcher finally goes, you know what? Take me out. I'm done. I don't need this in my life. This ain't baseball. This is torment.
But even that though, the Mets, like, okay, so you got a guy steal second, forget it. There's 2 outs. Just get the batter out. You know what I mean? Fuck the guy.
They fell apart. They fell apart.
Yeah, they did, but they fell apart on fundamental shit, not turning a double play, and that's what killed them. And the Mets depend on hitting the home runs, and the home run hitters disappeared. Cespedes wasn't hitting it out. Murphy stopped hitting it out.
Well, did the Royals make the playoffs last year?
Yeah, the Royals lost the World Series to San Francisco.
So, do you think it was like just they weren't ready to be there?
Oh, they said that. Well, one thing is they always say that you learn. They say the first time you go, like you think you know, but when you get on that stage, when it's that big and everyone's looking at you, some people can handle it, some people can't. Some people can't.
There's a lot that goes into
fucking Jim Kelly, Buffalo Bills, right? Jim Kelly went to the Super Bowl every year, never figured it out. Joe Montana went to the Super Bowl every year, never lost.
Fucking Elway went 4 times, lost, and then came back and won 3 or 4 or whatever.
Elway learned. It's. I mean, it's big. It's big. Everyone's looking at you. The whole world's looking at you. And when you play for New York, not only is the whole world looking at you, like the New York press, like we will turn on you. You know what I mean? It's like,
and make pictures of you and shit.
What was that song? What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck last week's home run. What? You hit a home run last week.
It's a horrible thing.
Remember Randy Johnson went to the Yankees and couldn't pitch? The 6'10" guy from Seattle. Yeah. He went to the Yankees. He had never been under that kind of pressure. And then he went to Arizona and he started pitching again. He said he could not handle the pressure of New York press. Every day.
I watched something interesting last night when I got home. I stayed up and watched this. I know you know about it because you're a sports fanatic. You might have been too young for this. I did all my time in Boulder when I got arrested and shit. So I lived in Boulder ever since 85. You got to clock me in Boulder for being, but full time, it was 87. And what do you do when you're in a town? You pay attention to football. I paid attention to the Broncos at that time, and I paid attention to the Colorado Buffaloes. And last night I walk in the house from the comedy store. I'm going through, I'm like, I could go to bed, but I like to unwind a little bit. And 30 for 30.
Oh, yeah.
Bill McCarthy. Mm-hmm. And I started watching. I still remember Sal and Nessie. He got stomach cancer, and they passed the ball. Lee, this is a fucking great story. I mean, then they lost the national championship to Notre Dame. And what they do, they came back the next year, but they were 3-1-1. And what happened? The 5th down game. You remember that?
Yeah.
Man? We don't remember that shit. Lee, 5 downs, and they got away with it. And then they attacked the guy because he was a Christian. And he's like, I ain't overtaking the game. I spiked it on the 4th down. Who spikes the ball on the fucking 4th down? Lee, it's fucking amazing. I have forgotten all about that.
Yeah. And they got away with it?
Yeah.
They got away. And that.
This was before replays or anything
like
that. So all you had to do was snap the ball. And they got 5 downs.
Lee, tremendous. I'm sitting there going, I was going to go to bed at 11:30. Fuck, I'm going to watch it all the way through. But they told the 2 stories at once, which I didn't finish. I talked to my buddy today in Boulder, and we were talking about that team was amazing. And they came back the next year and they beat Notre Dame on Ishmael. Yeah, that was the play. Rocket fucking won it. Notre Dame had the fucking game, but they called it back. Mm-hmm. They called it back. Fucking final play of the game. A clipping. Who gets called back on a fucking punt return clipping in the last play of the game? And Colorado Buffalo.
Remember Rocket? Has anyone been that fast since Rocket Ismail?
What happened to him?
Nothing. He's around. You know where I saw him? On one of those Bo Jackson football commercials? Watch the game with Bo. He's on one of those.
What team did he go after that?
Rocket. I think he finished his career with Dallas. I think his pro career ended with Dallas. I think he was a Raider and then a Cowboy.
I was doing my thing.
But I blacked out of sports. But he was so fast. Like he was just, he was a little guy, right? He was like, 6 feet, maybe 160, something like that, if he was 6 feet. But he would literally run past people. Like it was amazing. Like he would just run past people. Like they were right there. And it was like, he's gone.
And that's what Chad Brown was saying. Chad Brown said, I had him. Simple tackle, tackle 101. I had him. But he broke out of the tackle.
Yeah.
And Chad Brown said, I felt terrible. And I looked up, and also McCarty goes, but I did what any good coach did. I looked around the field, and there it was, a flag. And that's what saved us, a clipping on Notre Dame, and the Colorado Buffaloes won. But the daughter, this is crazy. I remember I moved to Boulder, and the girl I was dating, her family used to go to Sacred Heart Church. I started going to Sacred Heart Church, and one day, that's the coach. And they used to come with his whole family and a couple kids. Then the fucking shit started with the daughter. Mm-hmm. She had the kid with the football player that died. But then she decided to have another kid with a football player. Then to top it off, another kid with a football player. This was crazy.
The same football player or multiple?
No, the first one died. So he was Hawaiian. He was from Oceanside. Sal and Nessie was whatever those people with the togas and the whole fucking thing. Samoan. And then the second kid was a black kid, I presume. Then she had a white kid. Then she had another kid with another football player. Finally, they had to put her in my daughter's fucking too many football player witness relocation program and shit. But then he started Promise Keepers and the whole fucking thing. And, you Christian, Lee?
No.
Okay, just asking. I didn't know if you were a Promise Keeper. You know what I'm saying? So when the fuck did you start comedy, Alonzo?
I started,
18. What the fuck made you go? I'm going to California from Queens.
I went to aviation high school, Long Island City, got my licenses to fix airplanes, and Lockheed, which used to be right over here in Burbank, hired me. They hired me. They said, you get to LA, you got a job waiting. So all I had to do was tell that to my dad. 18th birthday, got a trunk to pack my shit and a one-way plane ticket. Happy birthday, you're a man. I came out here.
When did you decide to go to that high school?
What happened, my boy's dad worked for TWA, and he had a new Cadillac every year. And I didn't like school. I was good at school, but I didn't like it. And he said, listen, I fix airplanes and I make a lot of money. It's a good job. And he said, all you got to do is go to this school, get your licenses, and you can do this. And I was like, okay. And now when I look back, You know how crazy that shit is to be 14 and make a decision of what you're going to do. You know what I mean? Like a career decision. But back in New York, they had high schools for anything. There was aviation, there was automotive, there was Queens Vocational where you could learn shit like plumbing and electrical and stuff. There was the famous one was performing arts.
Really?
The performing arts.
That's so cool.
They had a Bertram, which was like a business school. Like you could go to high school almost and specialize in what you wanted to do. And you had to take tests, like you had to get in. It wasn't like you could just walk in. That's why all of that's gone now, because they did away with the testing. But anyway, I got hired by Lockheed. I moved out here. I started building airplanes. Shit was good. And then after about 10 years, I was training new guys and making them laugh. And I said I want to start comedy. And that's how it came about. From training.
When did the truck come in? The fucking truck with you driving.
That was after so I'm working for McDonnell Douglas, and I do comedy my first time, and then I get laid off by McDonnell Douglas. Right? So now I don't have a job, but I don't want to fix airplanes again, and I'm like you're doing anything, you fucking hustle. Listen, I fucking painted addresses on the curb.
Now what year was
this? Was 93.
This
is 93.
Wow.
And then when my boy called me about Power Rangers, I went and did it. And this is when the show first started. Okay, this was when it was a pilot in the first 6 episodes. I worked as a camera truck driver, and for whatever reason, the producer was this guy named Jonathan Secor, really cool guy. He liked me. So the show goes, so they do the 6 episodes, then it goes away, then it comes back, and he calls me up and he's like, I love you, you work hard, but I want you to be the transportation captain. And I'm like, all right, let me call you back. And I call my boy Wayne. I said, Wayne, what the fuck's a transportation captain? He said, take the job, you'll figure it out. He said, all you got to do is you're in charge of parking the trucks and all that shit. I was like, all right. So I took the job and I went back to Power Rangers, and then they knew I was doing comedy. And the producer said, look, you always got a job here. So if you go on the road for a week or 2, we'll hire day players. We'll get someone to drive the truck. But when you come back, it's your job. And that's how I paid my rent for 4 years until I went to New Faces in Montreal. And, that's when I got my break and went full time.
So you were doing comedy up here the whole time?
I started in L.A. I tell everyone, I started in L.A. because I didn't know I wasn't supposed to, because they always say you can't start in L.A., you got to start somewhere and come to L.A.
I always thought you were a New York comic.
No, man. No, I'm a New York guy. I grew up in New York, but I started in L.A.
Where would you go in those days?
Oh, fuck, where was it? We were getting up. Well, there were bookstores and shit like that, coffee shops, but club-wise, there wasn't many clubs. I used to get up at Igby's, which I don't know if you were here when Igby's was in business. I used to get up at Igby's.
Where was Igby's?
Igby's was on the west side. It was on Pico.
Good club?
And, yeah, Igby's was a great club, yeah. And then there was the L.A. Cabaret
up here
in Encino. And I used to get up there. Yeah, Ray used to run that.
Where's Ray? Anybody see him ever?
No, Ray had a ton of money, though. Ray inherited hospitals. Like, that's why the club was so shitty. They said because Ray didn't need the money because he inherited, 2 hospitals from his parents or some shit. So, but anyway, yeah, I used to get up there. And then I used to get up. There used to be, there was a bowling alley in Woodland Hills or some shit.
Canoga.
I remember that. Was it Canoga? Yeah.
They still were doing comedy years ago.
Used to that. And then there was a woman named Victoria Dushoff. And this woman loved me.
A manager.
Yeah. Victoria used to have comedy shows in places you never should have. She would get hotel room, lobby room. I remember we used to do comedy. I used to do this with Shang. Me and Shang were laughing about this. We used to work at the Hyatt next to the Comedy Store. We do comedy in the ballroom at the hotel next to the Comedy Store. How close and far away from a dream is that?
Victoria Dushoff.
She died. She was great, though. She used to have a Wednesday night at the Holiday Inn out by LAX. And you do the show in the bar, and half the room would be Germans because there was a tour company that brought Germans so half of the bar didn't understand a word you were saying, but you couldn't make fun of them because they were, big business for the hotel. But yeah, Victoria was great. And then that was back when I hooked up with Rudy Moreno. Rudy started me in the East LA,
And
all
the
the
Brave
Mexican rooms and all that. Yeah, the Brave Bull and what was it? Tortillas. You ever do tortillas?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So Rudy had all that shit going. But yeah, that was the grind back then. That's what you did.
Oh my God!
That's
All
what you
these
did.
years, I thought you were in New York, bouncing
Nah,
through Brooklyn and
I'm
shit.
surprised you guys didn't cross paths. It sounds like
We
the
did.
same road.
We did. I worked a lot of Rudy. You know, when I came to town, I did a couple spots at the Improv right off the bat. The Comedy Store passed me, but when I got here, everybody said you got to call Rudy.
Yeah.
And I called Rudy. Rudy wouldn't return my fucking calls. So I got in my car one night and I drove down to this fucking place on a Friday night. I go, who's Rudy?
Yeah, I remember the Brave Bull.
And the Brave Bull, and I went out and I go, you're Rudy, I'm Joey Diaz. Hey, I was on the call. No, you weren't going to fucking call. I go, since you're not going to give me a gig, let me do a guest spot. And he booked me. He used to pay $35 or something on Friday nights. You went there Fridays and Saturdays for $35. You know, what the fuck?
But I tell people, like, you're not a comic if you haven't done a Rudy Moreno gig.
Yeah, no.
Everyone's done Rudy, like fucking George Lopez has done Rudy Moreno gigs. You know what I mean? Like Paul Rodriguez. Everybody has done. Rudy used to just fucking run East
He used
LA.
to have the Irish bar in front of a strip club.
Yeah.
That little Irish pub there for a while. Monday nights or something. That was great.
Yeah.
Rudy had the casino.
Yeah.
With the best Chinese food.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Commerce Casino. Yeah. Rudy, you know. Those days were fun. That was when Fluffy started. Like, I remember working with Gabe when Gabe was making
the bicycle club
on Thursday night.
$35.
Yeah, $50.
You know, come the next day and pick it up.
Me and him were talking about that. You know, I saw him a couple of years ago, and we were talking about that because we knew even then we were like, man, this fat kid is fucking amazing. You know, because everyone loved him, right? He had that magic that everyone loved him. And but yeah, those were the days. Man.
Rudy used to send us to Tucson once every 90 days for Bugsies.
And he had the
oh my God,
you would do the Tempe Improv on like Tuesday night, and we stayed in that shitty hotel next to the Outlet Mall.
Oh my God. Remember those? But this is 15 years ago. Yeah, this is 15 years ago.
You know something? But I tell everyone that's how you get good. That's how you get good. You have to do that shit, right? You can't get good doing 6 minutes at the hippest room in Hollywood. You can get on TV, you could do this or that, but if you want to become a comic, you got to do those fucking rooms that it's just shit and it's grinding and it's, you know what I mean? Like you got to earn it.
What baffles me about this whole comedy thing is, like a guy with my background, nothing in the entertainment. I did like an improv class in high school, and I knew that when I got into comedy, I just knew I bullshit the first 3 years. I fucked around the first 3 years, but I went to New York City, and I was bouncing around New York Comedy Club, and it was bullshit. It was bullshit. You know, you're just trying to get up, talking shit, trying to meet people. In the back of your mind, you're like, you know what? These suckers are suckers. One night, somebody's going to come in and see me. I'm going to be on CBS. These guys can suck my dick. You don't need to work this hard. And one night, I went to your old Triple N, some fucking hole in the wall, and I see John Leguizamo in there. And it blew my mind. Like, I went home, and I'm like, I get it now. And it was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I should drive a limo. It was 2 a.m. I just stopped in there to sign my name on the list to see if I could do 7 minutes or something in those days. For people drinking alcohol, it was at the last stop till 4. It was an open mic from midnight to 4 a.m. or some shit. Are you fucking crazy? Yeah. You know? And that changed me. I went back to Denver. I went right back to square one. And a lot of people, Bill Burr just went off a couple of weeks ago. Did you hear that thing on Alternative Comics? No. And somebody sent it to me, and I never listened to links. And for some reason, I wanted to hear what the fuck he had to say. And he goes, "It's so weird. The real comics are the ones that go into these rooms and clean up their mess."
Yeah.
He goes, "You ever go to
That's an old clip. He said that years ago.
No, he just said this recently.
Okay, because I remember saying
he was talking about how he goes into these rooms and the same alternative comics like, hey, can I go up before you? I have a spot at some coffee shop. And he's like, fuck you. Do your fucking spot. You know, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't want to follow nobody? Mm-hmm. And I paid my dues. Like, that's what I'm even talking about when I go into that audition room for acting. Hey, listen, I know acting is a big commitment. But again, I don't see fucking Don Cheadle doing a halftime or a Sabre game.
Oh, man.
You understand me? That changed my fucking life. That gave me legs.
That used to, the Laugh Factory, that used to happen. Jamie, I did the open mic, and Jamie hired me as a doorman, right? And he said, look, when people don't show up or whatever, you do drop in spots. You can get up 5 minutes, this and that. And they throw you on. It's like Damon Wayans just finished. All right, go up. Like, I learned, because you had to go up after the best. But that's what made you good. That's what fucking made you good. You had to go up. You never knew who you would be following. I remember one night, it was a fucking Sunday night. This is before, I think it was before Chocolate Sundays, but it just happened to be on a Sunday night. And Chris Rock and Chris Tucker had both gone up on the same show, and they put me up at the end. And I was correct, and the funny thing was, they were both complaining about their families asking them for money, and I said, man, if I'm ever making $10 million a year and complain about making money, somebody come kick my ass. And the fucking crowd lost it. The crowd cried, because we were all like, the fuck? This was when they were both just starting to, well, Chris Rock was already there, but it was when I think Chris Tucker had just done Rush Hour or some shit like that. But, yeah, that's how you get good. When we did Last Comic Standing, we had this talk one time. And because you had some comics who had come up through the ranks, like me and Heffron and Kathleen Madigan and Corey Holcomb, who did all this shit. And then you had other comics who, like Gary Goldman, had worked with Dane Cook a lot. So he was getting it. He was opening for Dane. So he was working A rooms because of Dane. And Bonnie had come in through the alternative, and they were talking about how the audience should be supportive and help you grow and stuff. And it was like, yeah, that all sounds good. But when you're doing a fucking biker bar in Montana on Wednesday night,
a triple run,
then your ass better be funny. Like that, there's no support. You know what I'm saying? What's that website called? Funny or Die? Those shits was like, yeah, this is literally Funny or Die. This is literally Funny or Die.
Those things, and then they start heckling you. You got nowhere to go.
Man, I remember doing a fucking roadhouse in Beaumont, Texas, and ripping on this big redneck. And then when he left, they were like, it's about time someone went off, just because he runs the Klan around here. I'm like, what the fuck? What? And that's when after the show, you can't stay in town.
There was Beaumont, Texas always had a comedy scene. And Beaumont, Texas it's on the border. I copped coke one night in a fucking terrible neighborhood in Beaumont.
Beaumont is a rough fucking town.
Oh my God. You go to Janis Joplin Museum. There's like a pair of underwear and a fucking pillow she slept on. Who needs to see this shit? But Beaumont used to have a club that was owned by a black couple. They were engineers, and they took their money and they opened up a black club. And they did it for a few years, then they got rid of it, and they opened up Slade Ham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Slade opened it with his buddy. And that club was, it was fucking crazy. It was crazy.
Well, what happened?
Every time I went down, it was crazy. See, Alonzo's a nice person, he don't